Welcome back to the Underground Broadcast. Cheers, everybody!
Live.
Happy Friday, motherfuckers. Let me hit it for Street Team Tony, who was here first, you crazy son of a bitch. Here you go, Tony.
Yeah, but you know, while you were singing that, I wrote another tune, you know?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah. What you got that costume on for, man? You ain't no cholo, you're a culo. You ain't no cholo, you're a culo. Takes a lot of cojones to be a cholo. You ain't no goddamn cholo. Why you got that on? Why you got that costume on? Because that's all it is. For you, it's just a costume. Take it off, homie. Take it off.
Cheers, Tony, you motherfucker. Aw, yeah. All right, let me hit it for Super Saiyan Joku, who is also here. Cheers, Joku.
I want to have the world's most comfortable pair of ultra soft.
Excuse me while I clear my throat. I had been smoking. Today's Friday show is not being sponsored by. This is something we tried this week. It's called Live Sauce Half Baked. It comes in a little 4 milliliter disposable fucking shit. I can't even open this fucking little box. God damn it. There we go. So it's got a little thing like that. It's pretty good, but it knocks you the fuck out. It makes you sleepy and all. It just zones you the fuck out. And quite frankly, that's not what I like. I don't like to be zoned out. All right. So my go-tos are now 3 chai. Everybody trying to get the light on that 3 chai. It's really, the gold reflects too much. Yeah, 3 chai. Right now I'm not doing God mode. Right now I'm smoking Rocket Man. This stuff is good. It's really hyper stuff. Comes in a 2 milliliter motherfucking little thing that you just put on the battery. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be smoking tonight. Definitely gonna give me a lot of energy. I'm trying to heat it up, man. It's a break. Oh, what the fuck? What's going on? I think it broke. Did I not charge it? I thought I charged you, piece of shit. There you go. There you go. I'm sorry I had it on the wrong setting. I'm still learning how to do this and shit. Forgive me. Tonight, we're also going to try brand new Smirnoff Ice Smash Peach Mango 8% alcohol. We'll see how the show goes, fellas. Cheers. I already been drinking beer. This is probably going to taste like ass. It's kind of fruity, but man, I can tell you right now, it's strong. This will be interesting. Anyways, not fucking around. Let's get started with the show. Remember our social medias. Follow us at The Underground Broadcast, at sunofman665, and at Rumble, even though we don't have a little thing yet because nobody follows us. Also, if you want to send us money and we'll buy weird shit and show you right here what we bought on Ko-fi.com. Let's get this party started. You know what you all been waiting for the goddamn weekly political news.
Is this on? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, no ho, okay.
In the Ice Age, how much taxes did people pay?
Richard Nixon, surprisingly, had problems.
You could experience everything from a plane crashing into our Trade Center to a...
The dark side is very powerful in Biden.
That's a banana republic without the banana.
I'm being indicted for you. Thanks a lot.
Jesus was arrested.
His gaggle of crackpot lawyers.
I'd say sometimes to a lawyer, are you sure you want to represent me?
His weight is listed 215.
He looks good, and he looks hard.
You'd rather let
What?
Fucking Trump. All right, fellas. Let us begin this week with the embarrassment of our nation. We usually leave that to the end of the segment, but fuck it. Let's get in with the embarrassments of our nation. And we're gonna start off with none other than 82-year-old Grandpa Sleepy Joe Biden, who was revealed to have, according to the president, stage 9 prostate cancer. I didn't even know there was a stage 9, but fucking Trump said it. It's gotta be true. Fuck. God damn, it's fucking growing up his fucking bones and his dick's not even there anymore. But don't worry, this old man doesn't even know. He's not cognitive, so he doesn't even realize he got no penis. It's not like Jill hasn't hopped on that dick in fucking 10 years or so. She's been fucking some other people, I bet. This is bad. This is bad. I mean, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this. Unfortunately, this old man is dying this year. And I'm not being a dick about it. It's just the plain facts. All right. They asked President Trump what he thought about this. This is what he said.
I think it's very sad, actually. I'm surprised that it wasn't, the public wasn't notified a long time ago, because to get to stage 9, that's a long time. I just had my physical. You saw that. You saw the results of that particular test. I did a very complete physical, including cognitive tests. I'm proud to announce I aced it. Got them all. I got them all right. It's a little risk. If I didn't get them all right, these people would be after me. It would be not a good situation. That test is very standard, and it takes a long time to get to that situation. Now, I think, to get to a stage 9, I think that if you take a look, it's the same doctor that said that Joe was cognitively fine. There was nothing wrong with him. If it's the same doctor who said there was nothing wrong there, this takes a long time, can take years to get to this level of danger, and somebody is not telling the facts. That's a big problem. And the auto pen is becoming a very big deal. The auto pen is becoming a big deal because it seems like that maybe was the president who ever operated the auto pen.
Yeah, this shit didn't just appear overnight. His penis didn't fall off overnight. This has been developing for over 15 fucking years. And somehow he was president while it was all happening. And even though that president's medical exam, which every fucking president that has ever been president, their medical exam is available for each and every one of us to read online. They have to have a physical every year to make sure that the American people know that this motherfucker is fit enough to be up there running the goddamn country. But for whatever reason, Joe Biden's medical records were never available for the public. And of course, they didn't see it. Oh shit, we barely found it. What the fuck? This shit's been growing in his ass for 15 years. Well, not his ass, his cooch. Whatever the fuck, it's in between the balls and the asshole. Okay, I don't know what it's called. But the inside, not on the outside. The prostate's in the inside. You dumbass. Oh my god, this is really bad stuff. It pisses me off because it's like saying, we've been being lied to, as always. And if this wasn't enough, it's not more embarrassing enough, they released some leaked audio tape from 4 years ago of Joe Biden, and to show everybody how uncognitive he was during his presidency. Even though the fucking fake news kept telling you he was fine. Listen to this ass.
We were living in Chambers Road, and there were documents related to the Penn Biden Center or the Biden cancer booster shot for your book. Where did you keep papers that related to those things that you were actively working on?
Well, I don't know. This is what, 2017, 18, that area?
Yes, sir.
Remember, in this time frame, my son is either been deployed or is dying. And so it was, and by the way, there were still a lot of people at the time when I got out of the Senate that were encouraging me to run in this period, except the president. I'm not a mean thing to say, but he just thought that she had a better shot.
We were living in Chambers Road, and there were documents related to the Penn Biden Center or...
Oh my God. This is literally like that episode of The Simpsons when Grandpa Simpson was there and they were asking him shit and he was like, well, when I was young, we used to go across the street to the Quickie Mart. Of course, it wasn't a Quickie Mart, it was a farm back then, and we used to drive 3 miles to the next county to the store to buy some fucking gasoline for our cars. Of course, gasoline cost 15 cents back then, and you could only get 15 cents if you worked fucking 40 hours a week. We used to work 40 hours a week down in the farm picking cotton and shit. The cotton was really hot in those days, and the sun sometimes went 20 degrees, and he never went anywhere. And that's exactly what this guy was putting that poor reporter through. And somehow, for the past 4 fucking years, we had a healthy, cognitive president. Not only that, but according to the fake news, he was the best Biden ever. Yeah. If you don't fucking believe me that the fake news was all over this guy, I brought receipts, motherfucker, because that's what the son of man does. He brings receipts.
Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Best Biden ever.
Best Biden ever. With stage 9 fucking prostate cancer and dementia. Who the fuck was running the country for 4 years? Huh? It was Obama and all his fucking Indian Muslim friends and shit. That's who was running the goddamn country. Oh my God. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that the world sees us like this. They see that everything's being exposed. The Democrats, they don't even know what to do anymore. They don't. Oh my God. They're losing it. They're losing it. Just last week, I told you about this crazy lady, LaMonica McIver, who went down there with fucking 40 or 50 woke as fuck motherfuckers over there from the college and shit. And they went down there and they fucking caused a riot and they all got arrested at the ICE Center in New Jersey, detention center, where all these illegals, murderers, and rapists are being held and deported back to their goddamn countries. Oh yeah. Well, guess what? Finally, some justice. Because guess what? Miss LaMonica McIver is being charged with assault, motherfucker. Assault of police officers and obstructing fucking police officers who are doing their fucking jobs. Federal agents, not police officers, because this is a detention center. A federal ICE detention center, you dumb bitch. She claims that she was there with all her woke activists to kindly ask for permission to be let in and given a tour of the facilities. That's what the fuck she says they came to do. I don't know, people. Does it seem to me like they came here to ask for permission? Can we please have a tour of the place? No, they fucking did it. They went down there and they started acting all crazy. What she did is the literal equivalent of those goddamn viral videos you see of black people fighting at the Burger King and shit. Except she went down there and she did it over there in the ICE detention center in New Jersey. Made a scene about it, got arrested. Somehow she wants to go down as some kind of a martyr or a hero for her fucking political party. Well, guess what, bitch? You're going to jail. And you're getting charged. And it's never going to be erased from your record. God damn it. Why do we fucking put these people in charge of our shit? These are elected officials, and look how she's acting. Pushing motherfuckers, yelling and screaming like she's some fucking lady over here. God damn it. If I wanted something like this in Congress and shit, you know what the fuck? I would have just voted for my aunt. What the fuck is going on in this country? God damn it. They did ask President Trump about Miss LaMonica, and Trump had a couple of things to say.
With the arrest of a congresswoman, Democratic congresswoman.
Oh, give me a break. Did you see her? She was out of control.
Did you address
those days are over.
Did
the
you
days
tell her
of
to do
woke.
that?
The days of woke. No, I didn't. The days of woke are over. That woman, I have no idea who she is. That woman was out of control. She was shoving federal agents. She was out of control. The days of that crap are over in this country. We're going to have law and order.
The days of this woke crap are over in this country. We're bringing back law and fucking order. Just like Mr. Anthony Timmons does.
I spent 8 years trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply
a dancing clown that's been convicted of 38 murders.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
See anything you like? See anything you like?
Hey, Timmons, get your ass away from there. Cheers, Timmons. Thank you for being here. Happy Friday night, motherfucker. Yeah. We're getting law and order back to this country where it belongs. This shit's not gonna fly anymore. If you want to protest, go ahead and protest, bring your signs and all that shit. But if you get out of hand, you start putting your fucking dirty fingers on our police officers, you're going to jail. I don't give a fuck if you're a congresswoman or a senator or whatever the fuck non-binary shit you want to identify as today. You assault somebody, you get charged, and you go to jail. No one, absolutely no one, is above the law. Isn't that what they were saying when they tried 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 times to throw Trump in jail? What was it kept saying in the news? No one is above the law, not even the president. No one is above the law. You're goddamn right. So this bitch is going to jail. God damn it. And I'm going to tell you one thing, man. This charges were actually placed by the district attorney in New Jersey because she's had enough of this shit. You know, because apparently, oh my God, dumbass Kash Patel is having erectile dysfunction issues that he can't get his dick hard enough to start busting on motherfuckers. You sad son of a bitch.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself. You want me to get? I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
God damn it! Somebody got to him. I told you, that son of a bitch, he went in there, he saw the files, and his dick crawled way up his fucking little hole and disappeared. Trump put the wrong guy in charge. He needed to put some guy with some balls to fucking start busting motherfuckers. Who gives a shit of the consequences? Who gives a shit of the death threats? You start busting motherfuckers as the head of the FBI. Oh no, Jeffrey Epstein definitely killed himself, even though the security footage, for whatever reason, malfunctioned at that exact time. And even though the guards that were set there to be guarding him decided to go take a break and smoke a cigarette for 2.5 hours, 1.5 miles away. But he did it. We know for a fact, even though there's no way of fucking knowing if he did. God damn it. Embarrassing. 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 But I'll tell you who's not embarrassing. None other than this channel's very own Gomer Kyle.
What's your name, scumbag? Gomer Pyle. Private Pyle, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to wipe that stupid-looking grin off your face, or I will gouge out your eyeballs and skull fuck you. 1, 2, 3.
Shazam. Cheers, Gomer. Thank you for being here, motherfucker. I saw you, but when I'm in the fucking zone, I can't just stop. But don't worry, as soon as the segment ends, I'll give you a shout out, motherfuckers. Don't you all start getting fucking impatient with the son of man. All right. Yeah, anyways. I'm starting to like this. It's really fruity. And I'm telling you, 8% alcohol, this shit is strong. There were other flavors. I didn't know they were making these. Smirnoff Smash. This is peach mango. Very, very fruity. The way we like it. Especially on a Friday night. Aw, yeah. Live. Hey, DMT, you son of a bitch. Thank you for being here tonight, you motherfucker. I don't have an intro for you. You're not getting an intro. We stopped making intros for motherfuckers. You came in too late, you bitch. Even though you've known me all my life. You motherfucker. I love you. Anyways, let's keep it going. Because we're done with the goddamn embarrassments for this week in our country. But let's get into the great things that we should be fucking proud of as American citizens in this country. And the number one thing you should start off at the top of the list that you should be proud of is the fact that we have our goddamn God as President of the United States.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs.
I want to build the wall. We need the wall. But we have some bad hombres here, and we're going to get them out.
We're getting them out right now. We're about 45% done. That's pretty good. Last week, we said we were about 30% with getting them out of the fuck out of here. We're almost there. We're almost there. Don't worry about it. So what did this great man do? Well, let me tell you what he did this week, because while the disruptors of our country, also known as the Democrats, were fucking up all week, this man was bringing us closer to world fucking peace. Yes, he had a phone call with Vladimir Putin. And they fucking agreed to have peace talks. And it got even crazier. Because Trump even called the Vatican. And he said, "You're the American Pope. I put you there for a reason, motherfucker. I put the tariffs on the Vatican. And they made American as a Pope. I don't give a fuck if you're gay or woke. Or you don't like me. Your brother likes me. All right? Your brother's a MAGA supporter. So you better listen to what I say. You're in power because of me, bitch." So Trump told him, "You're going to host the peace talks." And that's what's going to happen right now. Zelensky's being a little bitch, saying like, because I'm not going to show the video because it's in his language, and I fucking hate foreigners. But he's over there talking to this whatever Slovakia and shit he talks about, and he's all saying, I didn't like that he had a private phone call with him without me in it. I don't want him to make plans about the Ukraine without the Ukraine being present. Fucking pussy. Motherfucker, you take your ass to the Vatican and you sign whatever the shit they give you, you fucking piece of shit. We're tired of giving you money, and Biden's not in charge anymore. You dumbass. It's over. That's right. This war is going to end just like he promised. And it's going to end by the hand of God or the devil, depending on whether you believe that the Catholic Church is really run by Satan. Which it is, by the way. Oh, this guy's great. This guy's a great fucking guy. A great man. Look what he's done. Amazing. Yeah, you're right, Gomer. He wants more money because he wants war and money and all that shit. Fucking Hunter Biden's over there with all his with his crack money, with laundering money over there to the Ukraine. That's all that shit was. It was one big money laundering scheme. That's all it was. It ends today. Zelensky, you dumbass. But this guy didn't end here, because he also announced this week that he's going to construct a golden dome for the protection of all North America. Well, then let's not jump ahead. For right now, this only includes America and Canada. But I'm telling you, Mexico's gonna fall in line, because they're gonna want the protection of this shit. I want to get into talking about this because this really excites me. But I want to let the man tell you about it first, before we start talking about it here.
In the campaign, I promised the American people that I would build a cutting-edge missile defense shield to protect our homeland from the threat of foreign missile attack. And that's what we're doing. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we have officially selected an architecture for this state-of-the-art system that will deploy next-generation technologies across the land, sea, and space, including space-based sensors and interceptors. And Canada has called us, and they want to be a part of it. So we'll be talking to them. They want to have protection also. So as usual, we help Canada do the best we can. Once fully constructed, the Golden Dome will be capable of intercepting missiles, even if they are launched from other sides of the world, and even if they're launched from space. And we will have the best system ever built. As you know, we helped Israel with theirs, and it was very successful, and now we have technology that's even far advanced from that, because this is very important for the success and even survival of our country. It's a pretty evil world out there, so this is something that goes a long way toward the survival of this great country. And as I said, we'll be discussing Canada. They want to hook in, and they want to see if they can be a part of it. That sort of makes sense. I guess that's what I was talking about from day one. You know, it just automatically makes sense, and it won't be very difficult to do, but they'll pay their fair share. Thank you very much, everybody.
That's right. They're going to pay their goddamn fair share. Motherfuckers, we're going to make sure of it. Sons of bitches. You're paying taxes? We're going to take all your taxes from your government to build this shit. This shit is going to be made out of solid gold, motherfuckers. Say goodbye to your boring-ass blue skies. From now on, in 3 years, this motherfucker said they're going to build this shit in 3 years. In 3 years, when you look up at the sky, that shit's going to be gold. And you can thank President Trump for that, you fucking guys. Aw, yeah. Cheers!
Live.
And did you hear what he said? He said this is not only going to protect us from all the fucking Arabs and now have nuclear weapons and don't even know what the fuck, how they work and shit. This is going to protect us from space, from aliens. He's thinking ahead, motherfuckers. He knows what's up. I bet you that fucking Golden Dome's not even going to let asteroids hit us and shit. While the rest of the world dies and burns and goes to hell, we're going to be protected by this beautiful Golden Dome all over North America. And if the Mexicans play their cards right, they'll be right there with us. The Canada's already licking ass over there, licking ass, wanting to fucking get in there, get in on it, they say. Like Trump said, they want to get in on it. Oh, yeah! It's gonna cost $173 billion, the most expensive shit ever made. But everyone's gonna fucking love it. And don't forget, you're right, Gomer. You're right, Gomer. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and all that ass, motherfuckers. Because that's what we do on this channel. We say the truth. President Trump is on fire, man. He ain't gonna stop. He ain't ever gonna stop. Showed me some Caroline Levitt. Oh my God. I want to show Caroline Levitt. I should. Next week we'll show some more of her. I should have shown some shit she fucking bossed up today and started bitching people out. You gotta understand, shit that happens on Friday, a lot of the times I can't post it. Why? Because I just got home and there ain't enough time to put on it, look this pretty for y'all motherfuckers and shit. Get on the show ready. Unfortunately, most of the news is just whatever happened over the weekend and all the way until Thursday. Sometimes I can squeeze in whatever I find on Friday morning, but I can't all the time. Yes, Caroline Levitt, we need more of her. I agree, DMT. We need more of her up in here. He is. He said he was going to fix the shit that finish what Ronald Reagan started and finish the Star Wars program. He already did the Space Force. This motherfucker knows that in the future, our enemies won't be the Chinese or the Russians or even the goddamn Arabs, those idiots. It's gonna be the fucking aliens. He knows better. The Anunnaki, they're gonna come back and they're gonna be pissed at everything we've done when they left us alone. They made us and they left a long time ago. Just like in that, what is that movie called? The Aliens or Prometheus and shit. The aliens made us, and they're gonna come back, and they're gonna be like, they come back, and they're gonna be like, oh, we left them with the 10 Commandments and the knowledge, and they're gonna grow up just like us, and they're gonna come back here and see what we've done, and they're gonna be fucking pissed.
Live.
And Trump knows it. Trump knows they're going to be pissed that Jesus is going to come back with a sword of fire. It says so in the Bible. Read it. Jesus is going to come back with a sword of fire and burn everyone. So that's what's going to happen. And Trump knows it, so he's getting us ready to fight Jesus Christ. He ain't going to come here and blow up Earth. This is our planet, motherfucker. That's all we're going to say. Oh, my God. But if you think Trump is not taking us into the future by bringing us the Golden Dome, that it'll be seen from Mars. Yeah, that's right. When Elon Musk makes his fucking colony in Mars, they're gonna be able to see this golden shit, like a pimple, a golden pimple on the Earth, and that's gonna be us, America. It's gonna be badass. Fuck you, space. You don't think he's taking us into the future? There was this fucking aide, one of these assistants and shit. What do they call it? Interns there at the White House, and they fucking. They wanted to get Trump more hip, you know, back into the current shit that's going on. And so they decided to start introducing him into the MCU. And no, they didn't show him the new shit, the woke shit everyone hates. Because they know he's a brand new motherfucker. He doesn't watch shit like that. He's making billions. He doesn't have time for nonsense. This motherfucker. So they set him down and said, sir, you gotta know what the kids like and shit. Maybe you get, the polls will go up and shit. Maybe some of these woke kids will start voting for you if you know what they're talking about. And he said, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. So they started showing him the MCU, and they started from the beginning. Iron Man RDJ, and he's loving the shit out of it. He's loving the shit out of it. When they showed him the Avengers movie, he says, that's what America should be. He said, holy shit. This guy has now commissioned the United States Air Force to start mass producing the DD-7 Marine One Quinjet for the United States of America. That's right, motherfuckers. And it's only a matter of time before this motherfucker starts doing experiments and projects and start making our very own Sentry so we can have our Superman, our real Superman. He's gonna be Captain America, but he's gonna be Captain Super America. Because he's gonna be better than Captain America. So he's gonna be Captain Super America, like Superman and Captain America together. Captain Super America. And he's gonna fly around in this Quinjet they built and shit. This shit is amazing. Fuck you. I think they were also giving him Halo to be playing. So he kind of designed it like the ones from Halo and shit too. Oh, yeah, cheers, Trump! Live. Anyways. Yes, my friends, this guy is amazing. He's changing the landscape. He's bettering our country. And all the fake news can do is spew with their dumb rhetoric that is just quite frankly embarrassing. But speaking of embarrassing, not this country, but embarrassing another country, this week, President Trump had South African President Cyril Ramaphosa invited him into the White House and publicly ambushed him in front of the world. Ha yeah! Cheers!
Live.
Oh my God. Let me give you some context before I show you the videos of what went down. Elon Musk is from South Africa. For decades, whites in a country where the majority are browns have been persecuted against. Oh, what a shock. That's the way it always was. Look, motherfucker, I come from a border town. That's where I grew up. 99% of the fucking kids in my high school, they were my skin color. The 2% that weren't, everyone trashed on them. Not because we wanted to, because we were obligated to. They were different than us, and they looked funny. It's not our fault, it's the way that God made them. It's not racism, it's just cultural inappropriation. That's what it's called, because that's the way you're brought up in an environment where 99% of the people, 98% of the people have the same skin color. All right? So yeah, the roles are flipped, and that's what has always been going on in South Africa. But as of late, the Poors have been getting really angry. And the Democratic Party, it's not Democrats over there, but let's just say the equivalent to the Democratic Party in South Africa has decided we've had enough. We're going to go to the rich people's farms. We're going to drag them out of their farms. We're going to kill the head of the family. And then we're taking everything. We're taking their farms and everything. And that's what they've been doing. And so people are fleeing. And Trump is trying to bring these white immigrants from South Africa and give them fucking a sanctuary in America. And the Democrats are losing their fucking minds. Elon Musk, obviously, who is white and from fucking South Africa, he feels sympathy, better yet, probably empathy for what's fucking going on. And because Elon Musk is literally Trump's right hand. Anything Trump does, he goes and asks anything anybody tells Trump to do, he asks Elon Musk, the human automaton computer, tell me the statistics about this decision if I do whatever this idiot tells me. And this guy goes, President Trump, he actually has a good idea, do it. And he fucking does. And that's what's been going on behind the scenes, in case you didn't know. But anyways, he decided to do this guy a favor, and he brought this man publicly on here to address this issue that for whatever reason the world is actually not showing. But if you go and you watch Australian news, because Australians don't give a fuck, Australians show you everything. They show you every bad thing. You want to know the truth in the world? Go watch Australian news. They show you everything bad that every country is doing. That's the truth, man. I love Australian news. That's where I get my world news from, Australia. But anyways, you do your research, you find out this shit's really happening. All right? Just when people are not talking about it. Well, across the world, But anyways, here is the ambush video of President Trump telling this motherfucker, because he brought it up. What's going on over here about people being kicked out of their farms and executed, and white people, because the Democrats are pissed. Trump said it. The Democrats are pissed that I'm trying to bring white people over here from South Africa, and I'm kicking out browns out of here. I mean, it does look bad. But come on, you don't know the situation, right? Don't start judging, right? You don't know the situation. It does look bad, though. It does look bad. I'm not gonna lie. But here's Trump and the ambush for you this week.
And you do have laws that were passed that gives you the right to confiscate land for no payment. You can take away land for no payment.
I want to clarify that. The government, and as your government also has the right to expropriate land for public use.
And you're doing that.
And we've never really gotten underway with that. And we are going to be doing so.
You're taking people's land away
we have not.
From them. And those people, in many cases, are being executed. They're being executed. And they happen to be white, and most of them happen to be farmers. How do you explain that?
I would say if there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here, including my Minister of Agriculture.
Excuse me, turn the lights down. Turn the lights down and just put this on. It's right behind you.
We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. Yeah. South African occupy land.
There must be killing because the killing is part of the Revolutionary Act. Shoot to kill. Namaza. Shoot to kill. Namaza. Kill the poor. The farmer. Kill the poor. The farmer.
Those people were all killed.
Have they told you where that is, Mr. President? No, I'd like to know where that is, because this I've never seen.
Mr. President, do you know where that happened? Because it's the first time I've ever heard of this.
Live.
And I don't have the video because I wanted to get the perspective. There's several perspectives. There's several news outlets have this. I implore you to please, Forbes, for whatever reason, Forbes is showing the uncut, edited version, whereas everyone else, the fake news, is only showing you the version that looks like Trump is being an asshole. You watch the whole shit. Trump is just exposing the truth that the fucking fake news doesn't want to talk about. There is literal genocide of the white man happening in South Africa right now, and no one is talking about it. The white man is being erased out of the continent of Africa. Do you have any idea how many fucking decades, no, you know what, hundreds of fucking years it took for them to slowly conquer and enslave those people and establish themselves, their dominance down there? And right now, they're all their ancestors and everyone else who lives down there, they're being killed. God damn it. This is crazy and horrible. And Trump exposed this motherfucker. And he didn't even know how to act. You see that? Well, we have laws, but so does your country. And then Trump is all like, wait a minute. Turn the lights off. I got the video. Oh my God. Never in the history of America, which is exactly 225 fucking years, by the way. This year, America will, on July 4th, will be 250 years old. No, 225 years old. Don't you ever forget that. It's been 225 years since this great fucking country was born and established on. 225 years. There's never been a president with as much fucking testicular fortitude as this man. This orange-tanned rapist, racist, has more balls than anybody who has ever run this fucking country. Because he will publicly expose fucking liars on live television. And he doesn't care what the fake news is going to say about him. Because all over Yahoo this week, all the fucking headlines on Google News, on Yahoo News, on YouTube News, all the news, not Australian news, all the news. President Trump ambushes president from South Africa. Like he's the one who's killing people. Like he's the one who's allowing people to kill people. I don't even know why people watch the news anymore. The real enemy of this country is the goddamn media. The news media. Because they tell you what you should be thinking. Even though it's clearly there. Go watch the Forbes. Forbes, subscribe to Forbes on YouTube. Forbes has been really good for whatever reason. They're showing unedited, uncut shit. Yeah. So they're being really good about this shit. Amazing. Amazing. Crazy shit that's happening. Crazy shit that's happening all over this country. But we are going to end on a good note this week. And we're going to end with none other than that fucking goody two-shoe Clark Kent of a nerd, Mike Johnson. Because guess what? This week, they finally passed that in the House, that beautiful big bill that Trump has been oh so flexing for the past 2-3 weeks.
Live.
And it was fucking super close. I think it was like 251 to 250. And I think the only reason, and some Republicans voted against it. That's the truth. Trump didn't have everyone on his side, even though the Republicans have the majority of both, all three houses and shit. They own the government right now. But somehow, some Republicans are being pussies and they're not in line with Trump. Some of them voted nay. But it still passed by one fucking vote. And you want to know why? Because apparently there would have been a tiebreaker. And that tiebreaker didn't even show up. It was fucking John Fetterland. He was over there in his office crying with his hands underneath, tucked into a little ball in the corner. That pussy. Cheers! He fucked it up for the Democrats once again. Anyways, this is an amazing bill. Even though the goddamn fake news is telling you that this is good for the rich and bad for the poor. That's everything that I'm searching on Yahoo and Google because I wanted to see what they were saying. All right? If you want to be smart, you go out there and you read the goddamn bill yourself. It's out there available for you. The fake news is saying that this makes the rich richer and the poor poorer. Oh yeah? Let me have Mike Johnson, this fucking nerd who has never even told a lie in his life. Shit. He's never even fucked his own wife without a condom. This motherfucker is so afraid to have sex without a condom, he artificially inseminated his own wife in order to have a family. That's how fucking straight arrow this guy is. This is what this motherfucker is telling you what this bill has. Give it up for him.
The American people were sick of wasteful spending and high inflation and open borders and weakness on the world stage. President Trump has used his executive authority in historic ways, but Congress has a role and a responsibility to step in at this stage to stitch up and mend those wounds for good. And that's what this legislation is about. We cannot leave the American people waiting or wanting. The one big beautiful bill enshrines into law and funds President Trump's promises. There's a lot of them because we had to make them, because after the last 4 years, everything was an absolute disaster. So he's promised to cut wasteful spending and save taxpayers' money and basically restore common sense to the government. That's what the American people elected him to do. Some of the big conservative wins in the bill that are common sense wins from the American people. When you talk about putting Americans first, we're making the largest investment in border security in over a generation, providing nearly $150 billion to secure our border and deport illegal aliens. We are cracking down on illegal aliens receiving Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP, and tax benefits that are intended for the citizens of this country. Second category, providing historic tax relief. We're going to eliminate taxes on tips and overtime and provide tax relief for seniors on Social Security. We're going to eliminate taxes on auto loan interest if that car is made in the U.S., lowering the cost of borrowing for America's farmers and providing tax relief for job creators. Bringing back common sense. I mean, that's the continuing theme here.
Bringing back common sense. Oh shit! But no, it's better. It's gonna only make the rich richer and the poor poorer. Fuck you! Did you not hear what it said? We're building that wall once and for all. We're going to stop the cartels from bringing drugs over here. We're going to start selling drugs in the corner stores the way it should have always been like. That we make here in America. They don't taint. Grow over there in the fucking fields where goats and who knows what else is pissing and shitting all over the weed you're smoking. Cocaine you're sniffing. Fuck you. We're going to have our federal government make our drugs for us. Put it in the wall. Stopping that shit. That's right. We're going to stop all these illegals from taking our benefits. You know goddamn well that I would really benefit from food stamps. God damn it, I struggle every goddamn paycheck trying to buy groceries just to feed me and my dog. I can't even imagine what it's like trying to feed a whole fucking family when there's motherfucking over there's from Bolivia getting a whole fucking food stamps. How much did they get? $300 per kid a month of food stamps. Did you know that? They get $300 per fucking kid a month. That's a lot of fucking food. Could you imagine? Imagine if you have 70 kids. That's a lot of money. And if you're like anything from my hometown, since you really don't need that much food, you go around door to door to your neighbors and you sell them the food stamps. Hey, how about we go to H-E-B? I'll buy your groceries and you pay me only half of what it cost. And that's I'm not lying to you, because my parents accepted that shit from my neighbors. They said, hell yeah, let me go over there and buy $200 worth of groceries on your food stamps, and I'll only give you $100. Hell yeah, my fucking dad said. And that's exactly what my family did. But we didn't have food stamps, but the motherfuckers next door did. And that's what they were doing. Making money. This shit's gonna end once and for all. God damn it. One of the best things I heard there, no tax on tips and on Social Security. Every goddamn elderly person above the age of 65 right now should be thanking President Trump that they no longer are going to be tax deducted from their goddamn retirement check that they live on. Not to mention that he already crushed Big Pharma last week when he's forcing all the drug prescription prices to be dropped down to the same price that they pay over there in Africa and shit. Oh no. But the fake news and the Democrats want to tell you that this is bad for the poor. This is good for the rich people. Fuck you. You know, for the first time in almost a decade, I'm not gonna pay taxes because of this orange tanned rapist / racist. He hates brown people so much that for the first time ever, I'm not gonna pay taxes this year. God bless this man. That's all I'm gonna say. Fuck you. Just in general. I just like saying the word fuck you. All right. Cheers, everybody.
Live.
All right. We're done with the weekly political breakdown. Let's get into it. I know you all been waiting for it, so let's get into the weekly pop culture breakdown. All right. Let's get, unfortunately, the sad news out of the way. It had been a very long time, and I'm actually a little nervous because when this happens, and it's been proven in the past, it's 3 weeks in a row. We hadn't had this in a while. I'm worried that we're going to lose someone else the next 2 weeks as well. Hopefully, I'm wrong. But this week, we did lose Norm Peterson, George Wendt's passed. Wendt. I don't know. He's a white name. I'm sorry. All right. George Wendt. Ron Peterson from Cheers. Passed away in his sleep at the age of 76. They think he probably just had a heart attack in his sleep. Hopefully he wasn't having a nightmare or something fucking horrible, because I would hate to die in a nightmare. Fuck. That's sad. You know, I watched Cheers maybe a few times. I mean, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't, I was young. I was young, so it wasn't like whatever. But, even back then, I think I watched Frasier, and I liked Frasier. And I tried watching Cheers because I heard, Frasier's a spinoff of Cheers. And I went back to watch Cheers, and I watched like 2 episodes, but I didn't really get into it, to be honest with you. But this guy is a legend in his own right, is all I'm going to say. I know he was in several movies and other TV shows and shit. Cameos here and there. He's a legend, and he definitely deserves to be remembered. It's a goddamn shame. 76 is an okay year to go out in. Everybody prefers or hopes to go out at the very least, in their 80s. But I think 70s... it's probably about the average age for the average American. Let's be honest. If you made it past your 70s, goddamn, you're solid, bro. In America, you're solid. I'll just put it like that. So, there's so many people that came out of Cheers, bro. Christy Alley, Ted Danza. Was it Ted Danza? I don't remember if it was Ted Danza. Was it Woody Harrelson? For fucking Kelsey Grammer? Shelley Long. I didn't watch Cheers, but I appreciate that a lot of very talented people got their start on that fucking show, bro. It's kind of like Taxi. Taxi was the same way. They had a lot of legends in Taxi. You know what I'm saying? So, in remembrance, one last time, cheers to Mr. George Wendt.
Live.
May you rest in peace. Another tragedy that happened this week, unfortunately, is that Woody Harrelson and Bill Maher's wheat shop in Los Angeles, California, the woke capital of America, got raided by, well, let's be honest, there's no way to sugarcoat this or make this unpolitically, or make this politically correct. I mean, what it comes down to it was a bunch of black kids. You know, I mean, what are you gonna do? It is Los Angeles, and your laws allow them to do this kind of shit and get away with it, and without any repercussions or going to jail or any fucking shit. So what do you expect? Los Angeles enables people of color to do this kinds of, social networking, as they say in the hood. They call that social networking in the hood. All right, they're moving up with their lingo, motherfuckers. They're not as ignorant as you think. I will say one thing. I, frankly, am very disappointed in the fucking Mexicans in Los Angeles, California. Why the fuck every time we see some bullshit like this, it's always a bunch of black kids? At the very least, we should be seeing lefty gunplay there, high on methamphetamine, breaking into this, trying to get something for free. That fucking dumbass.
Live.
Oh my god, what a goddamn tragedy. Rich people getting robbed. Boo-hoo. All right, let's get into what everybody's been waiting for. You know what you've been waiting for. None other than the nitty gritty Diddy.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Live.
Fucking Diddy. God damn it. Oh my God, this was the longest week me watching and reading on fucking Twitter that I've ever had in oh shit, sorry about that. That I've ever had in a long fucking time. But I did it. Mind you, this is a federal case, so there are no cameras allowed, nobody with cell phones or anything like that. But luckily, we have a few desperate, committed fucking people out there who wait in line all fucking night just so they can get in there with a pen and a notepad. And they're trying their goddamn hardest to write as much as they can down. Obviously, stuff gets missed. People fill in the blanks. But this is what has gone down. The very first person this week they brought into the stand was none other than fucking Carrie Morgan. Ex-best friends for life of Cassie Ventura since the age of 16. And for a while, as you see there, she modeled for Nordstrom. So you could go and find all her underwear pictures and panties and lingeries and shit that she did for that magazine. There's hundreds of pictures of her. Oh, yeah.
Live.
Oh my God. This little girl testified that she saw Diddy beat Cassie on several occasions. And several other occasions, Cassie would just show up to her apartment, scared and terrified, unable to speak, like a little mouse. And she would just take care of her because she just like, oh, she just came from Diddy. Something happened to her. I don't know. She might have gotten fucked by 20 guys for the past 4 days. God damn it. That was last week. Go watch last week's show if you don't know. Anyways. Oh my God. This little girl claims that at one time, one incident, Diddy went over to her fucking apartment and then began to strangle her and had Cassie's phone and was demanding for this little white girl to tell her who Cassie had been talking to behind Diddy's back. This chick was crying and she was getting choked. And Diddy was like, tell me, you fucking white whore. That's what she said, not me. That's what she said. And so that's what was happening. And she said that after that incident, she wanted to call the cops and Cassie because she's in love with Diddy and at the same time terrified. She told her, no, don't call the cops, please. I'll fix this for you. And she's like, no, I'm gonna fucking get a lawyer. This guy's going down. I'm white and privileged, and no one ever lays their hands on me unless I allow them to, unless they're white. I don't like black men, she was saying. And so fucking Cassie went, she goes, I'm gonna talk to Diddy. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix this. And Cassie left, and Cassie came back with $30,000 and an NDA for her to sign. And this bitch was super fucking angry because Cassie didn't want to fucking be on her side. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's like, Diddy gave me this for you to shut the fuck up, and here's 30 grand. And so she took it and signed the papers, and ever since then, she's never spoken to Cassie again. So they're not even friends anymore since that incident, bros. Holy fucking shit. That is fucking horrible. The next person they brought in was a Miss Dawn Richards. And yes, it is Richards. I don't give a fuck what everyone else on the internet keeps saying that her name is Richard. She's trying to be one of these white, sophisticated motherfuckers. Fuck you. Your name is Richards. American. Don't give me this Richard shit. Dawn Richards was part of Diddy's fucking group from making a band or some ass. She was in Diddy's girl group that was called Identity Kane. And later, Diddy, because he was high on meth or ecstasy or who knows what the fuck, changed the name to Diddy Dirty Money. Yeah. That's a horrible name for a group, by the way. Anyways, this chick claims she and everyone else in the group saw Diddy beat the fuck out of Cassie on this one occasion. Literally punched her in the face. She fell on the floor, and while she was on the floor, he kicked her in the stomach and kicked her in the head, and then proceeded to give her the beat down, as they say. And they were all horrified, and everyone didn't know what to say, and they didn't know if they should intervene, but they saw that the bodyguards were just watching with their arms crossed, and so they just stayed quiet. And she thought to herself at that very moment, she thought to herself, if he's doing this to his girlfriend, a person he loves, what the fuck is he gonna do to me? Then I'm his employee, his artist. And so from then on, she was always really quiet and be like, yes, sir, no, Mr. Combs, yes, Mr. Combs. And just trying to not get hit. Because she was scared for her life after witnessing that shit. She also claims, and here's a huge bombshell, that they were at a dinner party at a hotel, a fucking hotel restaurant, with people all around. And Diddy began a beatdown on Cassie, slapped her across the face. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Did someone tell you to talk? Because she laughed at somebody's joke that somebody said at the table, and he got mad as she laughed. Bah, you bitch! Started beating her down in front of everybody there at the restaurant. And she claims that at that time, CEO of Interscope Records, Jimmy Iovine, was there and saw. And she says, there was other people that I don't know, but I know for a fact that Usher was there. And he witnessed it. Usher has been implicated now. And now he can be subpoenaed and he can be forced to come in here and testify against Diddy. But I'm going to tell you something about Usher. There's no way in hell this guy would ever fucking rat on Diddy. Because this guy has been under, and I literally mean under, Diddy since he was 13 years old.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no. Hell no.
First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. If we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but day one we used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out.
I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? He used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the fuck did Puff just say?
What the fuck did he just say? The first fucking video was Howard Stern asking Usher, they send you to Diddy camp. Is what they called it. The record executives called it. The record executives, the white Jewish record executives called it Diddy camp. That's where you send all the youngings so Diddy can break them in to the industry so they be ready for everything we're going to show and do to them. So they send them to Diddy at 14 years of age to live with him. And Howard Stern says there was parties and orgies all the time. You heard Howard Stern just say it. There was parties and orgies all the time. And Usher's all like, well, yeah, I saw the lifestyle. Oh, yeah. That's right. But the question was, will you have kids? Would you let them go to Diddy camp? And he's like, hell no. Hell no. Diddy will put his thumb up their ass. And that's just the least of it. He might put other stuff, like his dick, and other people's dicks up their ass. I don't want that to happen to my kids, because it happened to me. And Justin Bieber, because Justin Bieber went to Diddy camp as well. There's videos of it. Oh my God. This is fucked up. In the second video, you saw it right there. Kevin Hart going to a party. Diddy's in his bed waiting to see who accidentally falls into his bed. Diddy, fucking sick son of a bitch and shit. And Kevin Hart tells him, I don't want to be near the bed. I just saw you rape a man, but I don't want to be near the bed. I don't want the same thing happen to me that just happened to some other guy who was drugged off of drinking Ciroc and liquid cocaine in the bottles and shit. Diddy, I know your tricks. I don't want to be near the bed, he's told him. You saw it. You saw it. And then Usher shows up and Diddy exposed himself. What does he say? Oh, we used to wake up together. Oh, snap. Pause. We used to wake up together. So pause. I'm sorry. Because he was a kid back then. He was 14 years old, Diddy, and you were raping and fucking molesting the shit out of Usher and teaching him all your sick, dirty ways so he could get used to it for what it's like in Hollywood and the record industry. You sick son of a bitch. What nobody knows is that Diddy's a pawn in all this. He's a creation of the record industry. Him and Jay-Z and the rest of these motherfuckers. They're basically Epstein, but America's Epstein, because Epstein belonged to Israel, to the Jews. They were fucking screwing us Americans. That's why you'll never see the Epstein files, because all the dirt in the Epstein files, it includes all politicians, all celebrities, and pretty much any wealthy philanthropist or entrepreneur in America. And so you'll never see the Epstein list. You'll never see it. You'll never see the evidence. You're never gonna see it. Plain and simple. We're protecting America, motherfucker. Whether or not you like it, we do have to protect this country, even though it's run by satanic perverts that molest children. You have to protect this country because you live in it, you dumbass. This guy, along with Jay-Z and a bunch of other black motherfuckers, and the way it's run is that the hip-hop record rap industry is a front to transporting drugs all over the country. That's how the government transports drugs and weapons across the country. For gangs, for bad things. Just, revenue for the country, not revenue to terrorists and not revenue for the cartels. Trump is putting a stop to that. I need everybody to understand that. Right? Trump is putting a stop to the revenue of drugs, guns, and criminal activity going to other countries and criminal organizations outside of the United States and coming straight back to us, to America. Nothing's gonna change. There's still gonna be drugs and alcohol, and gangs, and all the cool shit we'd like. Except this time the government, our government, is providing it. You idiots. It's the way it should have been from the start. It'll be better and safer for everyone. Trust me. Things will be available to everyone. It'll be easier and cheaper. Trump is doing it. This guy was an Epstein. All right. The other black dudes, they're just trafficking. They say it in their songs. Okay, they say it in their songs. Lil Wayne went to jail for trafficking guns. Juice WRLD died during a raid on his fucking private jet because they had tons of codeine and pills and ecstasy and a bunch of cocaine and shit. This is true. You don't want to believe it, don't believe it, but this is true. All right? It is. It is what it is. This motherfucker was our Epstein. He was collecting and blackmailing people in accordance so he could get richer, but also when the government needed stuff, they go and ask him and do stuff and get me dirt on this motherfucker, invite him to your party and make him have sex with men and record it and give me the video. And he would do it. My theory is this son of a bitch extorted a politician, someone very powerful, and he pissed him off and they busted his ass. Because this is a federal government case. And they said, we gave you too much power. It's exactly what Dave Chappelle said in that skit. When he was Rick James, he said, you should have never given them money. He was pissed off because Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy kicked his ass and kicked him out of his house. He was all mad because they were rich. And he's like, fuck yeah, you should have never given you money. Ninjas money. I remember that skit. That's exactly what the politician says when this idiot tried to extort somebody in power. Somebody above him, he tried to extort the wrong person. He invited the wrong person to an orgy and says, I just have fucking 4 black men fucking you on video. Do what I say. And the guy left, made a few phone calls, and the very next day his house got raided and now he's going to jail for life. That is the 100% truth, the facts of what's really going on. That's why he's the only one that's going to go to jail. No one else will go to jail. Nothing else is going to be released. Even though the videos and images are going to be shown to the jury, they will be shown to them. They're not going to be allowed to fucking talk about it. Nothing's going to be shown to the public. He's going to jail because of that, because he fucked up. He got greedy. They gave him power. They gave him freedom. Oh, we'll let you off the leash for a little bit. They fucked up. They should have kept him on a leash because he just went wild and started having sex with everybody. Doing drugs. That's what happened. That's what happened. Anyways. Oh my God. Then they brought in Cassie's mother to testify in one of the most horrific, but also embarrassing fucking... my God. This sucks to even talk about it. This lady went up there and talked about how Puff Daddy extorted her family. She said one day Cassie texted her and Cassie told her, I haven't been with Sean in months and I've been dating Kid Cudi and Sean is mad because he found out I'm dating. And he is threatening to release the tapes of all these black men fucking me. That he recorded me when I was his girlfriend. And so then, according to her mom, she gets a call from Diddy. And Diddy says, yo, this is how it's gonna go down. If you wanted me to release that freak off tape with your little honey on it, you're gonna have to fork over $20K. And he hangs up. Oh no, he says, or I'll release it on Christmas Day. Because he was rapping. 20K. Or I'll release it on Christmas Day. Yeah. And he hung up. And so this lady freaked out because she loves her daughter, doesn't want like the world to see her getting fucked by 4 or 5 guys and shit for 4 days, according to the testimony we heard last week. So this lady who is not rich or has money went to the bank and mortgaged her house for $20,000 to pay Sean Puffy Combs, a billionaire, $20,000 to, let me tell you the truth, $20,000 to someone who is a I don't think he's a multi-billionaire. He's got to be at least not anymore. Back in the day, he was $1 billion. $20,000 to a motherfucker who's a billionaire is literally like 20 cents. This motherfucker is threatening poor people and asking for fucking dimes, for chump change. And this lady struggling went and mortgaged her house to get money to pay this asshole. And she sent him the money, she says. Diddy's lawyers did not even cross-examine her, which goes to tell you that it's true. Instead, thank God for the people that were there, Diddy's lawyers called one of these things where can we approach the bench, judge? And the lawyers went up there, and the fucking lawyers told the judge, we should not even be including her testimony. And the judge says, why the fuck not? And they say, well, because Diddy felt bad after a couple of days, and he actually returned the money to her. Oh my God, man. It still happened. This poor lady went and mortgaged her house to pay a multi-billionaire $20,000 because he was going to release a fucking sex tape of their daughter on Christmas Day. He specifically said, on Jesus Christ's birthday, I will do this heinous crime. That's fucking crazy. And the fact that they didn't even try to cross-examine her tells you that this is true. And the whole time they said Diddy was just like this. They didn't know if he was crying or laughing. It could have been either or. I think he was laughing. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Then they brought in one of the most amazing fucking people to testify. None other than David James. Puff Daddy's personal assistant for 15 years. This guy was witness to freak-offs, to parties, to drugs, to sex and alcohol, to go get me this, go get me that. He talked on and on and on, verifying everything that we've already said. So this is just another nail in the coffin to say this is true because he was another person that saw everything. Not only did he see it, he was in charge, he was an assistant, he was told to go do these fucking things. He said this one time because look at this guy. This guy is not about that life, all right? He's not about that life. I think he was a librarian or some asshole. He was like a little league coach before he became Puff Daddy's personal assistant. Puff Daddy saw him and says, I'm going to make something out of this fat son of a bitch. That's my project. You're hired. And he brought him in. This guy said he worked 20 hours a week. 20 hours. Not 20 hours a week. 20 hours a day. Sorry, I'm fucking high and drunk. 20 hours a day. Every day, 20 hours. He was tired all the time. But Diddy, whatever Diddy wanted, he did. He did all these things. He got the freak-offs ready. He got the hotel's room ready. He went and got the baby oil. He went and got the drugs. Anything. He said he would pay the drugs out of his own fucking pocket. And then he would get reimbursed from the security guards because Diddy didn't want any paper trails about anything they were buying, were lubes, drugs, condoms, fucking ecstasy pills, or fucking erection pills, or whatever the fuck he was asking for. He didn't want no trace. So everything he said, you are the employee, you pay with your own money, then you tell the security guard, this is how much I spend, the security guard will give you back your money. That's the way it works, you pussies. And they did it. Because he was Sean Puffy Combs, he said. He said one time he was at a party and he finally did ecstasy after like 5 years of working there and being fucking, a dumbass. Because I would have done it the fucking first 5 minutes of being hired. You know what I'm saying? If it's around me, it's going in me is what I say. Oh, yeah. Cheers! I would have been all over them freak offs. You don't know me, motherfucker. Oh, yeah. And I wouldn't have sued either. Anyways, this fucking guy keeps on and he keeps saying that Diddy, that he got high on ecstasy for the first time at a party. And that the next day he was still, because he's a champ, he's an employee and he knows he has to go to work. So he put an alarm and he went to work all hungover and shit, but he went to work. And Diddy admired that from him. And Diddy went up to him and said, come here. And he came over and Diddy says, hey, I saw you last night. And he pulled out his phone and he showed him a video on his iPad. He showed him a video. And it was him dancing. He was high on ecstasy. He was all sweating. He didn't have a shirt on. And he's like dancing like this and shit. At a party, He's not doing anything gay. I mean, it looked gay, but he wasn't doing anything gay. It just looked it. And he was just dancing. And, Diddy was all like, was that you? That you were high as fuck. And this guy's like, oh, yeah, I wasn't on the clock and you said it was okay. And Diddy's like, yeah, I just didn't know you were going to do drugs. This guy's all like, well, I don't know. It's been like 5 years I've been here. I want to try it, And Diddy said, no, that's cool. I'm going to keep this video just in case I ever need it. And then he walked away. What the fuck kind of boss tells you that? Oh, is this you at the party on drugs? I'm gonna keep this video just in case I ever need it for something. Holy shit, bro. This guy's crazy, motherfucker. Oh my god. This guy also talked about that Diddy had a drug dealer that he called One Stop. Because it didn't matter what he needed. If he needed weed, cocaine, ecstasy, heroin, GHB, if he needed fucking steroids, if he needed fucking ketamine, if he needed fucking Adderall, if he needed fucking, I'm sorry about that, I'm knocking shit out. If he needed acid, if he needed mushrooms, it didn't matter what he needed. Viagra, ecstasy pills, that honey shit you buy at the store that makes your dick hard. Whatever you needed, you only needed to call One Stop. That's right, motherfuckers. One Stop is actually former Syracuse University basketball player. I don't even know his name. I forgot his name. Brandon something. It's a white name. Don't worry about it. This guy's not important. The important part is that this guy got arrested when they raided Diddy's house because he was there. And he was there organizing all the drugs because he's autistic and shit. And he likes to fucking put everything in order. And they saw him there organizing the pills and the cocaine and shit. And he got arrested. This guy is going to jail. He was Diddy's drug dealer. And apparently, when they raided Diddy's house and they arrested this guy, they fucking found hundreds, and we already know this, they found hundreds of bottles of fucking baby oil. They found drugs and illicit material. They found bottles of clonazepam, 1 milligram tablets, which by the way is a muscle relaxer, not to knock you out unless you take like 5 or 6 of them. It'll knock you out for sure. Drink it with a beer. Oh yeah, you feel like you're flying for a little bit before you pass out. Anyways, but clonazepam is a muscle relaxer, and it was, if you notice there, it was actually issued out to a Mr. Frank Black, which apparently is Diddy's alias whenever he does all these freak-offs and illegal activities. And instead of putting his name for Diddy, he puts his fake name Frank Black. Which gets even crazier because you start thinking, if someone prescribed somebody medications to a Frank Black. That means that the doctor who prescribed the medications to Frank Black, a non-existing human being, is also committing a fucking crime. Doctor, I don't know what it says, authentication required. Look at that shit. They didn't even say the name. It says the Suite 610 Santa Monica, California. Wherever Diddy was getting this place from, the FBI and the CIA, the government is getting ready to raid whoever the fuck lives at this fucking place. Diddy just implicated a whole organization of drugs. Fucking Diddy's a fuck up, man. They found pills and cocaine and licorice and candy. They found the pink cocaine. You already know what the pink cocaine is. The pink cocaine is ecstasy pills and cocaine all crushed, mushed into a powder together so you can get high. They also find hundreds and thousands of $100 bills and Visine bottles. And by the way, the fucking Visine bottles did not have Visine in them. They had fucking ketamine in them. That's crazy. Biggie went by Frank White. Frank White was the guy from the, what's it called, that movie? What's that movie called? Help me out. Denzel was Frank White in that movie. Where they sell heroin. American Gangster. He's a real person. Frank White was a real person. So these fucking gangsters idolized Frank White that sold heroin back in the 50s or 60s or whatever the fuck. In New York and shit. David James also went on and mentioned how a couple times he did see Diddy carrying a Louis Vuitton bag. Actually, not a couple times. He carried this all the time. A Louis Vuitton bag that always had weed, condoms, lubricant, Viagra, or sometimes Cialis. One or the other. And shit. And ecstasy. And most importantly, according to him, ecstasy pills that were in the shape of Barack Obama. And here's the photo evidence. They actually fucking look like him. I ain't lying, motherfuckers. So just like that, Barack Obama was implicated and brought into the case. If the prosecution, for whatever reason, the government wants to bring in Barack Obama and subpoena him, they legally can. It wasn't the only time Barack Obama was mentioned, because David James also said that Diddy would constantly meet with presidents. And they asked him, what presidents did he meet with? And he said, well, he did meet with Barack Obama in a hotel room. And no one was allowed to go inside. It was just him and Diddy. And who knows what happened. Because Diddy went in there with his Louis Vuitton bag. And you know what's in that bag, fellas? Oh, yeah.
Live.
Then, all of a sudden, they brought in the Punisher. Yeah. This was one of the male escorts we were talking about. When they showed Cassie, they didn't show it to the fucking, everybody didn't see the video, but they showed Cassie and they told Cassie to start naming the people that were in the video, fucking the shit out of her. And she started naming these guys, you know, like Big Lou, you know, the annihilator, as I called him. They called him last week. And she also mentioned the Punisher. As we said, I was saying these names last week. Go back and watch that video. I don't lie. Well, they fucking brought in the Punisher. And by the way, he wore this exact fucking outfit to the courtroom. He does not like to show his face. He said, I do this in private. This is my side hustle. I'm actually a kindergarten teacher, and I cannot show my identity, he said. So this is what he wore for the testimony. But the Punisher is a male escort that says that he was called up to the Trump Tower by this girl who said he was going to dance for a fucking bachelorette party. But when we got there, it was just Cassie by herself. And there was a pool full of baby oil waiting. And she said, they want you to stand in the baby oil. My husband is here. Don't pay attention to him. But it was kind of hard not to pay attention to his husband because it was a black dude and he was completely naked and he had a Muslim hijab on himself. You know, with that shit that the Muslim women wear on their heads so you don't see their face. Diddy was wearing that exact same fucking thing. All right. So basically, they got this guy to get into the fucking pool and the baby oil, masturbate for them, get in there and start fucking Cassie. They paid him extra money to start fucking Cassie, full of baby oil and shit. And he said that he started getting into it. You know, he was having fun because when you're covered in baby oil and you've got this hot little hottie, this 19-year-old all over you, you know, it's fun. I mean, we're not gonna lie, it's fun. So he was having fun and shit. He was getting paid for it, $6,000 and shit. And so he was having fun. And then he says that all of a sudden, Diddy got up, he took off his hijab, and he threw it on the floor, and he saw that it was Sean Puffy Combs, and he went up to him, and Diddy went up to his Louis Vuitton bag, and he grabbed a stack of fucking hundreds, and because this guy was really into it, and he said, I was really into it at that moment, I was fucking the shit out of her, like the hardest that I could, like really laying it into her. And Puff Daddy all of a sudden got up, took his fucking hijab off. He grabbed some money out of his Louis Vuitton bag and he came up to us in the pool. And he just threw a bunch of hundreds. And the money it was like magical. The money splattered everywhere. Hundreds of bills everywhere. And Puff Daddy just yelled, I like that shit. And that made the Punisher uncomfortable because he had never had anybody like I guess, I don't know, make him feel the way he felt all of a sudden, like he was being used or something. And that his dick got soft and he started having erectile dysfunction issues. You think I'm lying, motherfucker? You go watch that fucking video. You go watch their transcripts. You lazy sons of bitches. The son of man's giving you all the details because I put up with it all week watching videos and reading transcripts and shit. I'm not lying. That's exactly what happened. The motherfucker started having erectile dysfunction. He's going to get his dick hard. And then all of a sudden, Diddy got mad. And that Diddy grabbed Cassie and he told him. And then this guy's like, hang on. Like, my dick's not hard, but I can still come. And Diddy's like, all right, come in her chest. So this guy finished on Cassie's chest, even though his dick wasn't fucking hard anymore. And Diddy didn't like it. But he was still putting up with it, they said, because he just wanted to come on her chest. So once he came on her chest, Diddy grabbed her and they left into another room. And they left for a long time. Now, we already said what Cassie said in last week's testimony, that Diddy liked that after everybody finished on her, he liked to go lay down on a bed and have her grab all the cum off her chest and rub it all over his chest so that he masturbates to it. That's what Cassie said, all right? I ain't even fucking making that up. So this guy says they left the room because it's a hotel, so you know that there's the living room or whatever, and then there's a private room. They went into the private room by themselves for 20 minutes, and then Cassie came out by herself, and she gave me $6,000, and I left. That's what the Punisher said, motherfuckers. Oh, yeah! Oh my god, I just knocked my chain off, but I'm not gonna bother putting it on right now. I'm gonna put this motherfucker here on the side right here. I was able to catch it. But anyways, oh, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? There was another testimony, the government, they're experts, psychological experts, the guy who raided Diddy's house, and another assistant But really nothing new or interesting or juicy to add to the conversation, to be honest with you. So I'm not even going to bother talking to you about that. A lot of the shit that was mentioned was the stuff we already know. The FBI raided him, what they found. We know what they found. We've seen the fucking pictures already. A bunch of baby oil and dildos and fucking drugs and guns scratched off. Their serial numbers scratched off. We know all this shit already. All right? We're not going to show you none of that shit. The pathological expert talked about what victims feel and all this ass bullshit. We're not going to talk about that ass. And the other assistant who was being a pussy and demanded he should have been testifying on Tuesday, but he demanded that he had some plead the fifth and shit. So they took a whole afternoon in private without anybody even in the courtroom, the jury, only the judge and the fucking guy. To sign some papers that whatever he said, he wasn't going to be taken to court or be arrested for because he was afraid. And I thought it was going to be super juicy. And it's the same shit that other guy already told us that I told you earlier. He witnessed the same shit. He was ordered to do the same shit. So it's nothing new. I ain't talking about no motherfuckers. But the star witness this week was none other than Kid Cudi. Or Kid Cudi. However the fuck you want to pronounce it, to me, it's Kid Cudi. Alright? I don't give a fuck. This guy testified. Oh my god. This is the fight. And we'll talk about this after I go ahead and give you what this guy said, because they're gonna come down to this. Is his testimony is the final nail in Diddy's life sentence. Straight up. Oh my god. Cheers, everybody, by the way. Cheers. Tony, Timmons, Gomer, Joe Cap. And DMT, son of a bitch. This guy testified and said that he started going out with Cassie. And one day, Cassie called him, freaked the fuck out. He didn't know about Diddy, her past, or none of that shit. He was falling in love with her, he said. So one day, Cassie called him and says, oh, my ex found out about us, and he's super mad, and he's gonna fucking kill us. Who's your ex? Sean Combs, Puff Daddy. We need to go hide. And this guy freaks out. What do you mean when you go hide? When you go hide, she's yelling. And so they go and they stay at some hotel, you know, like under a different alias. No one knows the name. And they hide there for like a week. And Cassie tells him, he's my ex, but he's just jealous because he didn't think I was going to start going out with somebody. And he's dangerous because he has a lot of money. And Kid Cudi, because he's brand new to the scene, he's all like, oh, well, I mean, it's okay. It's just Puffy Combs or whatever the fuck and shit. Well, one day, because Cassie is actually because Diddy has a lot of assistants. You know, he has a lot of, anybody who worked for him. Even if your job was security, if your job was secretary, if your job was mailman, it doesn't matter what your title was. You were his assistant. Whatever Diddy told you to go do, you needed to go do. It doesn't matter if that's what you got hired for. That's how it worked. All right? So, one of Diddy's assistants, because her job was to hang out with Cassie and keep an eye on her, was a woman. Capricorn something. I don't know. That sounds like a black woman. I mean, who the fuck names their kids Capricorn except for black people? You know what I'm saying? Some chick named Capricorn became Cassie's friend because her job was to keep an eye on Cassie all the time and be her assistant, even though you were Diddy's really assistant, spying on Cassie. She called Kid Cudi one time out of the blue because since she's Cassie's friend and she's not with Diddy, she still keeps in contact with Cassie. And she's Cassie's friend. She knows Cassie is going out with Kid Cudi. And so fucking she calls Kid Cudi out of the blue and she says, hey, Diddy took me because he knows I'm friends with Cassie. He took me at gunpoint in his truck and made me tell him where the fuck you live. And I took him to your house. And he's here, and him and his bodyguards are inside, and they're going through all your things. And this guy was all like, what the fuck? And he's all like, give me Diddy's number. And she's like, I can't. He's like, I don't give a fuck. You give me his number right now. I won't tell him that you gave it to me. So he gets the number, and he calls Diddy. And Diddy answers, what up, playa? And he goes, fuck you. Why are you in my house, motherfucker? And Diddy says, just come over here. We need to talk. Playa. And he hangs up. And Cudi is all like, he said, man, I was angry because somebody's at my house. So I'm going to go over there and whoop his ass. But then I started thinking, this is Sean Combs' Puff Daddy. The guy who signed Biggie Smalls, who took on Death Row and Suge Knight. Maybe it's not a good idea to go over there by myself. This guy probably has 4 or 5 guys with machine guns and shit. And that little girl just told me, Capricorn, that little black girl just told me that they put her at gunpoint. And she's actually Diddy's assistant. She just called him to warn him. Because she's scared of what's going on and shit. But she's actually Diddy's assistant, and she called him to warn him. So this guy's all like, fuck. Let me calm down. Instead, let me call the cops. Have them meet me there. We'll ambush him. Well, when he got there with the cops, Diddy was gone. Yeah, he was gone. And they got there, and it was around fucking the early December. Kid Cudi had bought Christmas presents for all of his family and shit. And he says Diddy and his bodyguards, they opened all the presents. And they even played with some of the toys. Because some of the toys were for my nephews, and there were Legos. And some of the Lego sets were half built. Like Diddy tried to build them. Son of a bitch. And he says the worst thing about it is that my dog, who's already autistic and traumatized because I adopted it from the shelter, and it's scared of any loud noises. Whenever there's a loud noise, if I drop a spoon in the kitchen, that dog freaks out and cries and shit. So I try to be really calm with it and be nice to it. That dog was locked in the bathroom, and it didn't leave the bathroom for 2 months. So who knows what Diddy did to it? That's fucking bad, dude. You fuck with somebody's dog, bro. Fuck you. It's already bad enough you open all the presents. Maybe Diddy's all like, what is he giving Cassie? And he opened all the presents thinking all the presents are for Cassie. Motherfuck you. Some of them for my mom and dad and shit, you dick. Son of a bitch. How low? How low can you go? You can go more low. Because then Kid Cudi, he says, I left my house. I didn't want to stay there and shit. They took my dog. And then my assistants call me and they tell me, because they started, his assistants walk his dog because this guy's, he's rich and famous. He's not gonna he doesn't even go grocery shopping for himself. He has people do it for himself. That's the way they live, motherfucker. Y'all motherfuckers, you don't know what it is, but that's the way he lives. His assistant was walking his dog and she went outside and his car was on fire, his Porsche. And they said the cops came and they said, well, somebody with a knife cut the top because it's a drop top. You know what I'm saying? And they cut the drop top open. They threw a Molotov cocktail in the seat and it was on fire. And they fucking turned it off before they exploded. Last week, Cassie said Puff Daddy sent her a text message around the same time as if you keep on fucking this ninja, I'm going to blow you and him up in his car one day. That's what he said. Daredevil's with a Molotov cocktail in his fucking car. The police said, oh, well, I mean, the car caught on fire because it was really hot outside. It's one of those hot Los Angeles days. You know what it is? Puff Daddy probably paid somebody, and that's what ended up happening. No speculations. That's just what he said. He said that after that, he had enough of this ass. And he decided to break up with Cassie because Diddy's lawyer came and talked to him one day at a restaurant. He said, Diddy wants to meet you. And he went in public. And he went to the restaurant. And Diddy didn't meet him. It was just the lawyer. And he sat in the restaurant eating with the lawyer. And he told him, where's Diddy? And he says, look out the window. And he looked out the window. And there's a SUV. And Diddy's in the SUV in the window looking at him like a Marvel supervillain, he said. Yeah, and that's not me making it up. That's exactly what Kid Cudi said. He said, Diddy was it there looking at me from the window like a Marvel supervillain. And his lawyer told me, you know, Diddy, that Cassie is still his girlfriend. And that you're fucking his girlfriend right now. And he's really upset. And that this guy was like, what the fuck's going on? He said after that, he broke up with Cassie. And he realized that his mother was right. He should have been dating a white Protestant girl this whole time. From Texas. By the way. And that's pretty much where his testimony ended. He broke up with her, he says. But let me tell you something about fucking all this shit we've been saying the past 2 weeks. The government has already proven their case against this son of a bitch. RICO charge of some kind of criminal empire being run. Already, he's forcing his employees to pay with their own money for drugs and do illegal activities and prostitution, and then he's coercing and kidnapping his own employees at gunpoint and forcing breaking and entry, and then fucking sending other employees to set cars on fire. How is that not defined as somebody who runs a gang or a criminal empire? A RICO charge. Unless the government fucks up, because they're going to go on for like 8 more weeks, they say. Unless the government fucks up in one of their witnesses and shit. They have already proven their case against this guy. They should just end it right now and say, we're done. We have no further. We end it, Your Honor. We end it. We have nothing else to say. Because Diddy's defense has had nothing to defend themselves. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to defend this fucking idiot. And he's just a pawn. He worked for the government. He was our Epstein. He was. That's what it is. He's America's Epstein. But he took it too far. He tried to blackmail. Someone in power. And they didn't like it. So he has to go down. And this is being made an example so that Jay-Z and all the other motherfuckers don't get out of line. They lost control of Kanye. Just like, it's exactly how, like I said, Dave Chappelle said it. You should have never given them money. You should have never given them ninjas money. He said it all along, bro. And the white man realizes we fucked up by putting these motherfuckers in power. So now we gotta make example out of them motherfuckers. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Cheers. Woke Pack for life.
Woke Pack for life.
But I'm not the only troll. Because it's a goddamn shit show outside the courtroom, motherfuckers. This is what the courtroom outside goes down because all over the place we got nothing but Diddy sympathizers. But it's not the type of sympathizers you'd expect.
Why do you feel that way?
So, these are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a T-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20.
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free fucking shirt.
Stop. I could tell because
the lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt, and I'm like, I'm
so just $20, and if you need $20, all you have to do is wear a free puff shirt. And you said no.
Yeah, I said no.
Did they say how many hours?
$20 an hour. And she told me she got paid like $60 yesterday for standing out there in 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude, $20 an hour? I'm gonna stand there all fucking day, all week. Hey, look at this fucked up motherfucker right there!
Live.
Yo, if that guy isn't on bath salts, or fucking what is that shit they've been doing a lot? Fentanyl. I don't know what the fuck he's not on. Look at how still everything is moving in the background. I'm about to press play, and this guy doesn't move at all. Oh, it's just a bunch of drug addicts out there. I'll stand here for $20 an hour. Let me go buy my fix. I'll come right back and get some more.
Live.
Oh my god. It's a fucking shit show outside the Diddy's family is I'm sorry. Diddy's family is getting so desperate. They're paying junkies $20 an hour to stand out there. Like I said, that's more than I make a fucking day. I'll go stand there all fucking 8 weeks. 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'll stand out there, I'll shit and piss right there behind that tree where that guy is standing all high on that fucking fentanyl. Cheers!
Live.
Oh my god. But luckily we do have trolls in the world that like to make fun of the situation. And good old Curtis Jackson 50 Cent went on Twitter and posted, yo, Diddy paying people to wear free Diddy shirts is diabolical. But $20 an hour ain't bad right now in this economy. I'm gonna go throw on for an hour tomorrow. LOL at 50 Centation at Bronson Book Cognac. Ah, yeah.
Live.
G-Unit. 50, you fucking troll, you son of a bitch. Love you. Alright, we're done with the goddamn Diddy. But just as a celebration for the good music he's brought throughout the years,
I had plastic surgery.
Oh shit, we're gonna hit it for him one last time.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Aw, yeah. Cheers, Diddy, you fucking pervert. Aw, yeah. Oh my god. One day I'm gonna have a white Protestant motherfucker running the show, and I won't have to be pressing none of these buttons, and everything will be perfect for everybody at home. Until that day, we're going to keep on doing drugs and drinking live on YouTube. Cheers!
Live.
Alright, we're moving on. And I know I fucked up earlier, which is why I say I need a white, sober Protestant motherfucker running the show. But here we go, getting into the Yeezy!
I had plastic surgery because I was trying to look good for y'all.
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what?
You ain't got.
Come on, chill out.
You ain't got the answer.
I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you. That's who I think I am.
Cheers to the Yeezy. We love you. This week, the Yeezy found the light. Yes, my friends, suddenly, my yay. And look at these tweets. 1.9 million, 3 million, 1.6 million, 2.6 million. Look how many people look at this, what this guy says every day. Fuck you, world. Wants to talk down to a god among men. Yeezy posted, I'm done with anti-Semitism. I'm done with hating the Jews. I'm no longer going to be with like the Democrats who support people who go to Jewish temples or seminars and randomly shoot young couples. Point blank range, 22 shots in the head to each of them. And then yell Free Palestine. He said, I'm no longer going to do that. He says, I love all people. He said, God, forgive me for all the pain that I've caused with my anti-Semitism and my hatred to the Jewish man. Forgive those who have caused me pain. Thank you, God. And he said, all I did was get FaceTime with my kids, and all of a sudden, I want to save the world again. Amazing. Children is all this man wanted. To see his children that have been held captive at that satanic fucking mansion in Beverly Hills by the Kardashians. Being showed God knows what. Being fed God knows what. Being taught God knows what. And the Yeezy suffering home alone without his children. But it sounds like Mossad and the Jewish man, white man, has allowed Kanye to have FaceTime with his children once more. And he has changed his ways because at the end of the day, all a man wants is family. It's what it is. God bless the Yeezy. We'll see what this new change in his demeanor, in his spirit, but most importantly, in his words, brings to us next week. Fortunately, his wife brought us titties!
Live.
Cheers, everybody! And cheers to Bianca Censori and Kanye, who went to España, Spain. And she pretty much went naked again. And everyone was amazed at the beauty of this beautiful siren, this exotic Middle Eastern whore. and this black man and his status as a billionaire, a god walking amongst men with his concubine whore. Oh yeah!
Live.
Cheers, USA! All right, we're done with my yay-say. And I'm catching my breath here. Again, not sponsored, but highly recommended. 3 chi, Rocket Men, pure strains. 2mm pod for your breathing. I don't even know how to explain this. Look, you want to get fucked up? Go and buy this shit. We're done with the pop culture breakdown, you dicks. Well, let's move on. Finish this show off with the weekly comic book nerd shit. Oh yeah! Comic book nerd shit. And yes, my friends, I promised you last week and I brought it to you this week. The full cast so far of Masters of Masters of the fucking Universe. We already know this pretty boy beefed up and grew his hair long to be Prince Adam and shit. Nicholas Gazzini, He-Man. But we also know that Camila Mendes is Tila, and I gotta tell you, man, she looks way hotter right now. Because she worked out and dyed her hair red, and she looks hot as fuck as Tila. We showed the pictures last week. But out of nowhere, we haven't seen the pictures yet, but Idris Elba is black. Delicious piece of chocolate is going to be Man-at-Arms, which is a weird choice because the skin is 100% different than the original character. But I think it is the perfect casting because I remember how Man-at-Arms talked and carried himself, and I think Idris Elba could do that very well. He's perfect for it. So I'm not mad about that. Fuck no. We know that Jared Leto will be Skeletor. And though we have only seen the stand-in in place, Jared Leto does have good range. What it's going to come down to at the end of the day is what is this guy going to do for the voice? I don't know. Will he do the lame ass Skeletor voice? Yeah, Skeletor. I don't want that shit. I hope he comes up with his own fucking voice. But we'll see. I don't want to I really don't want anything else. Allison Brie will be Evelyn. We saw Evelyn in the stand-in and last week in those fucking set photos, but she is gonna be Evelyn. I don't know what she's gonna wear. I don't think she's gonna be wearing a leotard, being sexy as fuck, because that's not woke. They're gonna have her in a suit or some kind of armor. But it's Allison Brie. That's pretty hot as fuck. They gotta put more makeup on her to make her look pale. Dude, some guy named Sam C. Wilson is going to be Trapjaw. And just the fact that there is going to be a Trapjaw in live action has my vote. I'm in. They're gonna have this guy live action. You know this guy's arm? He didn't even have an arm. He like attaches shit to his arm. Like if he wants a crane or a claw or a hammer or a fucking, he'll attach it to his arm. And he doesn't even have a bottom jaw. Like you see what it is. This guy's like half a person and shit. This guy is gonna look badass, bro. And you know what? He kind of does look like the fucking character, bro. It's crazy. I don't know who this guy is, but I think this is a very, very good choice for fucking Trap Jaw. Triclops is going to be in this movie, and it's going to be Kojo Ata. I don't think he's going to be wearing something that stupid. He probably is going to look like Cyclops, like from the X-Men, but with eyes, I imagine. I don't know. I'm curious to see what kind of live-action design they're going to do for Triclops. We already know Beastman is in it. We saw it last week, so that's not going to be in this one. You motherfuckers. Right. I'm only going to try to show you the ones I haven't shown you. Oh, this guy, I cannot even say his name because this guy's a real fucking foreigner. Hapor Julius Borshonshagen or some shit. It's going to be Goat Man. And you remember this guy? He was the Mountain in Game of Thrones. He was the one that the dog, his brother, hated. And at the end, he finally killed him and shit. He's gonna be the Mountain. This guy's huge. He's the one that killed Pedro Pascal's character in Game of Thrones. He fucking crushed his skull and shit. This guy's fucking huge. Crazy. The Mountain, you're right. Gomer, unfortunately, I did not find anything on Moss. Man, he may not even be in the movie, which is kind of sad, to be honest with you. Yeah. But this was the Hound's brother, just as Timmons is saying. Exactly, Timmons. He's going to play the Goat Man, which is going to be serious. And that's the cast so far. On top of the characters I talked about last week, you know. We do have Beastman's in it. We don't know who's going to play Beastman, but we saw the stand-in, the guy who's wearing the motion capture for Beastman. You might not even need an actor, because Beastman's probably just going to growl and shit. He's not even going to have lines. He's going to be growl. So they're not even going to need to name whoever the fuck plays Beastman if he's all CGI and shit. I'm still hoping that we get to see a Battle Cat. I pray that we're going to get Battle Cat. If they don't get Battle Cat, I'll be disappointed. Oh, Morena Barkin. I don't have the pictures, but we saw her. The one from Deadpool that plays the girlfriend. You know what I'm talking about? The girl from that show. What was that called? I don't even remember what they're called. That Josh Wheaton show. I don't even remember. Morena Barkin, who's in the Deadpool, the girlfriend from Deadpool. That chick is gonna be the sorceress from the good guys and shit. Anyways, we'll see how this ass turns out, to be honest with you. I already told you I'm excited about it. The designs and the character and the casting, everything has been good, but I don't know when we see a trailer. We might see a trailer sometime in January of next year. So they're barely filming it. Dumbass. Anyways, let's keep going. Because what happened this week? Some leaks came out because Firefly, thank you, Anthony Timmons, the goddamn show that Morena Barkin came out and was Firefly. She was the MacGuffin of the show that they found, who has powers and ass. They thought she was a prostitute, but it turns out she was the MacGuffin of the show. And whatever. Fuck you, James Gunn. That bullshit you came up with. You pussy. No, it wasn't James Gunn. It was Josh Wheaton who came up with that ass. Anyways, we're moving on. We're not talking about Firefly. God damn you, Anthony Timmons. I love you.
Live.
My autistic ADHD ass can't stay on the subject. You motherfuckers spit something out in the chat. My brain goes to it, you motherfuckers. Anyways, let's keep going. Because this week some leaks came out and they're talking about, we had talked about it a few months ago, that Street Fighter, the live action movie that was supposed, who, by the way, Legendary Pictures has the rights to, suddenly decided to drop production on it all of a sudden and said, we're no longer making it, but we still have the rights. Well, now there's an update and they said they just hired Andrew Koji to star in the Street Fighter movie as Ryu. He's not as big as I would have wanted Ryu, and he's a little too Asian for my taste. Because I always thought Ryu kind of looked like American. He was Ken, but he was more like the Japanese American, who I thought maybe Ryu was just raised in Japan or something, but he looked American to me. Is what I thought. But they're gonna make Ryu to be Japanese, I guess. And that's fine. They could have made him bigger. Konosuke Takeshita from AEW would have made a far better Ryu, and he is far more fucking built than this skinny ass motherfucker they chose to be Ryu, is all I'm gonna say. But you know, the Street Fighter. Whatever. Noah Centino has been cast as Ken Masters, the American. This guy is clearly Puerto Rican or fucking Bolivian or South American, and he's supposed to play the blonde fucking American Ken. God damn it! You don't remember this guy? He played the Ant-Man or the Atom Man or whatever it was called in Black Adam, where he grows big or small. Anthony Wyndham, cheers!
Live.
Thank you for being here, motherfucker. You know what it is. But I'm still pissed off that so far the main characters of this live action Street Fighter movie, to me, are miscast. They got some kind of brown motherfucker to be the white Aryan guy, and they got some skinny Asian guy to be the buff American wannabe Asian guy. God damn it! There is some hope with some of this leak casting, because they have stated that none other than the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns, is currently in final talks, final negotiations, which means it's up to the money to play Akuma in this fucking movie.
Live.
Dude, Roman Reigns right now, currently at this moment, is the fucking perfect build to play Akuma. Fuck yeah, bro. Oh my god. I hope he swallows his pride and takes whatever 10, 15 grand they give him for his first movie. I wouldn't give this guy more than 10 grand for his first movie role. Oh my god. No, you're not gonna have any lines. You're just gonna grunt and go, huh. That's it, Reigns. I don't want you to talk in it. Here's 10 grand. Just take it, Roman Reigns. Because after this, you're gonna solidify yourself as a Hollywood star. The Rock took it and became the Scorpion King, one of the shittiest characters that have ever been created in a badass franchise like The Mummy. He took it, and look at him now. Reigns, take this shitty pay and be Akuma, motherfucker. This would be the start of your Hollywood career, and it would solidify you as a genuine badass, because there ain't nothing more badass than being the live action Akuma, motherfucker.
Live.
The other fucking currently person that is being eyed early negotiations. That means this guy's playing hard to get. Cheers to Wyndham. Yeah. You forgot the blunts, Wyndham. We're currently smoking right now. Rocket Man 3 Chi 2mm strains. Right on this motherfucker. Yeah. This shit is very energetic. Just like the current casting that they claim is happening. None other than energetic, happy, going, every day is a goddamn sunshine. Jason Momoa is currently being asked to play Blanca. You know, because they need a fucking dumbass, a shirtless, big dumbass to walk around and fling shit at people. It's shit. So Jason Momoa is the perfect idiot without any acting skills to play Blanca. And you know what? I actually agree with Hollywood on this. He's perfect.
Live.
This idiot is not anything good in Hollywood, so you know goddamn well he's gonna say yes to it. Because you gotta be a dumbass to say no to being in the Street Fighter movie. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. The 4 people we just said, I don't know if this is true. This is just supposed leaks that's coming out, that all of a sudden, even though they said the movie was canceled, they said the movie's back on, and these are the people so far. If this is true, man, I don't give a fuck who you are nowadays. If somebody comes and asks you, you want to be in the 2026 Street Fighter live action movie, you better say yes, you idiot. Because there hasn't been a Street Fighter movie since 1994 or 3, I think. And that's a very long time. It doesn't matter the movie sucks. It'll still become some kind of cult classic. And people are going to love this regardless. Because we haven't seen a Street Fighter movie in fucking decades. Timmons says he's more of a Double Dragon fan than Street Fighter. I liked Double Dragon, the goddamn game, but that movie, even as a child, I knew that movie was ass. Cheers.
Live.
We're moving on. But we're not done talking about ass. Because guess what? And I know you know what's going to happen now. Yeah. I'm talking about another than Mr. Jimmy fucking Gunn. The one man who is going to bankrupt Warner Brothers Studio. And they will have no choice but to sell all of their IPs and studios and completely file for Chapter 1 bankruptcy. Because this idiot was handed hundreds of billions of dollars to just piss away on his fucking fan fiction. We've been talking about this for fucking weeks. Oh, son of man, he's just a hater. He just say, fuck you. You go back, you watch every episode, and I show you proof every week of how this guy is destroying a fucking intellectual property that could potentially generate billions of dollars to a company. This guy is destroying it. And I've been giving you the proof every goddamn week. Go back and watch it. If you still don't believe me, son of man's a hater. Son of man, one of these guys doesn't like white people with blue eyes and glasses and white spiky hair. My hair is white, you sons of bitches. Fuck you. This guy thinks he's Steve Jobs. Fuck you, you're not Steve Jobs, son of a bitch. Steve Jobs was a legend. You're not even half of that, Gunn. You pussy. Oh, you still don't believe me? Well, here's some proof. Straight from the aisles, the toy aisles of Walmart themselves. Baby motherfucking Joey. Which we were talking about last week. Is some kind of baby-ass fucking alien clone or some ass that this idiot has shoved in the movie on top of the other 57 other characters besides Superman that you're automatically supposed to know who the fuck they are, where they come from, and why it is they have the powers they have. Fucking idiot. Anyone who is an average moviegoer who the only thing they know about is Superman is going to be completely lost in this fucking movie. This monstrosity trash of a fucking movie this idiot has created with $400 million plus whatever shit they've spent on advertisement and toys and ass this idiot has fucking green lit across the board. You want to know what Baby Joey is? Yeah. We now know exactly what Baby Joey is. Apparently, he's Metamorpho's son. That's right. Now we know the reason why Metamorpho captures Superman. We saw that he turns his hand into kryptonite. I showed you last week. I'm not going to show you again, you pussies. You gotta be one of these guys. It's just like watching Seinfeld or like watching one of these shows where it's all like, if you didn't watch the episode before and there's a joke and you're like, why is everyone laughing? Motherfucker, you didn't even watch it from the start, you dumbass. That's the way the underground broadcast works. All right? I ain't gonna recap or show you a picture from last week. You better be watching, you dumbass. Here we go. Just like I showed you last week, Metamorpho turns his hand into kryptonite. And that's how Lex Luthor captures Superman. But the only reason Metamorpho does that is because Lex Luthor has Metamorpho's son, who is named Baby fucking Joey. Fuck you, James Gunn. This movie is going to be trash. I've been saying this for years. I've been saying this from the beginning since this guy was announced the head of DC. I told you this guy was going to fuck everything up. The only reason Guardians of the Galaxy was a success is because this guy had Kevin Feige's thumb up his ass, and every fucking 57 ideas he came up with, Kevin Feige shut down 54 of them. Yeah, that's how it works. He's at Warner, he's by himself, being let loose. No one is shutting down his ideas. And Wyndham, I hope you went to the store to get more beer or more blunts, motherfucker, to roll up some weed. Cheers.
Live.
This guy's an idiot. You don't believe me? Here's some more leaks coming straight from the Walmart aisle. Clean up. There's cum stains on aisle 14, the kids section. Because James Gunn is masturbating to his own fucking abominations. The baby kaiju. Because apparently it's going to be revealed in the movie that the big kaiju you see, that Lex Luthor probably transfers from another fucking dimension to fucking try to kill Superman, is actually a baby. Oh my god. This guy was literally given $400 to $500 million to do this ass. Gomer, I think we said it 7 episodes ago. I think we said it 7 episodes ago. I said there was a theory where I said, you know what? Maybe Kevin Feige actually sent this guy over there to destroy the studio. Because it just baffles me. You know how people, you know why he got fired from Marvel to begin with? Was the truth is he got fired from Marvel because he had written jokes, and this was years before he even worked for Marvel. He had written jokes on Twitter, and they were jokes because he was trying to be Son of Man. But he doesn't understand that when you decide to be the Son of Man, you're Son of Man for life, and you can't take anything back. You have to be convicted with the fucking shit that you say. Well, it is what it is, motherfucker. I said it, and I meant it. This pussy didn't realize that. So he tried to be the Son of Man. And he said some shit about wanting to rape babies or some shit like that, or kill or rape baby fetuses. I don't know, some nonsense like that. And people, now that he was hired at Marvel and doing Guardians of the Galaxy and was successful, these fucking left-wing nerds went back 10, 15 years and found those tweets and started posting them. Because he didn't delete them, because, I mean, how are you going to go 15 years in your timeline to delete a couple of tweets? I mean, quite frankly, when that happened to him, I did it myself. I sat there for... It didn't take that long. I'm going to be honest with you. It took one whole weekend. But I sat there and deleted all the tweets from it. From all of my timeline. This dumbass could have done it. He could have paid an assistant to do it himself. It takes time and dedication, but I did it. This pussy didn't do it. People found his tweets. Anyways, he got in trouble and got fired by Marvel and Disney. Kevin Feige rehired him only to fucking finish the last Guardians of the Galaxy. But Warner saw that he was successful over there at Marvel and Disney, and they put him in charge. It just didn't make any sense to me. You know? It didn't make any sense. But now, like Gomer said, we had said a theory that Kevin Feige paid him money to go over there and destroy the studio since he was already fired from the company and was not going to be rehired. Because he's a pervert and likes to rape babies, apparently. Cheers!
Live.
Those were his tweets, not mine. Don't blame me for the fucking perversions this idiot wants to put online. Son of Man doesn't do that. Son of Man just speaks the truth or tells you what the news said. That's all I do. Anyways, if you still don't believe that this guy's a dumbass and an idiot and seriously either being paid by Kevin Feige and Disney and Marvel to destroy Warner and their IPs, or, as I've been saying all along, he really is a dumbass and he doesn't know he's autistic, and he's fucking semi R-word. And so he's like Forrest Gump. He's on the borderline. But some people, because he kind of looks normal, he doesn't look like one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? He looks normal. So people are fooled by his appearance, and they fucking give him opportunities because he's white and has blue eyes, and they don't realize who the fuck it is they're really talking to. But because that shit is happening, they have given the opportunity. That's my theory. To take over and do all this ass that we're about to get. You don't believe that he's autistic, he's an idiot. He's more proof because apparently the end and post-credit scenes of the movie have already leaked. I don't know if this is true, but given the track record of how much of a dumbass James Gunn is, something tells me this is gonna be true. Guess what? The first post-credit scene will set up the villain for the second Superman movie, and it will be none other than Brainiac. Super fucking obvious. Not even trying hard. Fuck you, James Gunn, and your bullshit. Superman's gonna fail, and we're not even gonna get to see a sequel. And the only movies that are gonna get released is that stupid Supergirl movie and whatever TV shows you're filming right now. Because as soon as your piece of shit Superman movie comes out, Warner's canceling everything you've ever thought of from your stupid asshole. You idiot. But I'm not done. Because the end of credit scene, according to these leaks, is none other than Kyle Chandler as the Green Lantern, setting up the show that James Gunn is currently filming, The Lanterns, starring Kyle Chandler training fucking the Black Green Lantern. I forgot his name because I'm high and drunk, and I'm high off of this fucking Rocket Man 3Chi 2mm fucking true strain motherfucker that keeps you lit as fuck. Cheers.
Live.
Fuck you, James Gunn. I'm done talking about your fucking dumb ass. You idiot. I'm moving on to some good ass. You know goddamn well when I say good ass, I'm talking about Jessica Jones. Because Christian Ritter and actually Mike Coulter, who plays fucking what's his name, Luke Cage, have both officially been spotted on the set and filming for Daredevil Born Again Season 2.
Live.
Dude, I love Kristen Ritter. I love her as Jessica Jones. It was my favorite of all. It was actually my favorite of all the Netflix shows, even more than Daredevil, because I thought she was a fucking perfect actress. And I watched the first 2.5 episodes of Luke Cage. Quite frankly, the show was a little too black for me. There wasn't enough white or Mexicans in it, or Indians, or Asians, or any non-binary or transsexuals, to be fucking honest with you. There was a lot of gang members and a lot of black people in it. So I'm sorry to say I just kind of couldn't relate. I mean, come on. They didn't even play any Lil Wayne, for fuck's sakes. If they would have played some Lil Wayne, I think I would have been a little bit more excited about it. But they were playing a lot of this. I don't know what the fuck they were playing. It wasn't anything I listened to, is all I'm going to say. But anyways, Luke Cage was cool. No word on Danny Rand. Something about a white, Jewish, red-haired, Aryan character playing the part of an Asian superhero that sounds a little racist to the wokeness of the modern day Marvel universe. But something tells me that we're gonna get Danny Rand, the same guy who played fucking what's his name, Iron Fist. He's gonna come out in this too, because it's official. It's the same universe. This makes it official. And you know what? That's dope as fuck, man. The Defenders back again. It's sad as fuck that we're not going to get fucking Spider-Man. Punisher is going to go on to make his own show. He's not going to take part in season 2. You saw him get free at the end of Daredevil season 1. Fist caught him. He was in a cage, but he got free. He's on his own now. He's going to go have his own show. It's going to be rated R. It's going to be a special presentation. A special presentation is the exact same equivalent of the fucking, what was it called? The what was that called? The werewolf shit that we saw. It's only like an hour and a half. It'll be an hour and a half of a Punisher show is what they're going to do. They're not going to be a season. They're going to be just a short movie of the Punisher and shit. Which is cool, man, because John Bernthal is the shit. You notice right here, Daredevil, Matt Murdock is wearing the black Daredevil suit. Yes, my friends, we have more pictures of him in the black. And if you clearly see on his fucking chest a D for double dicks. Double dicks in the ass, or double dicks in the pussy, or double dicks in the mouth. Either way, for the first time in live action cinema or show, Daredevil will have the double D's in his chest. Oh yeah!
Live.
And if you see there, it looks like he's going to be fighting Bullseye again. But what's fucking dope as fuck, I don't even care. The double D's is literally the cherry on top. It's like the little tip. It's the good part of the dick. You know what I'm saying? But the whole dick is what's amazing. Daredevil is wearing the black suit, bros. That is so fucking sick. Iron Fist is probably going to be the same guy from the Netflix shows, Timmons, because they obviously the same Netflix characters are playing the Defenders, Jessica Jones and Michael Coulter. They're playing Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. So it's gonna be the same fucking Jewish white curly haired motherfucker. Looks like Justin Timberlake. He's gonna play Iron Fist. Daredevil with the black suit is so sick. This season was good. I liked it. I liked the new Daredevil Born Again season 1. I liked it. I really did. I kind of did a semi-review on it. I liked it. But I will tell you that still the Netflix show is far more superior in cinematography. But most importantly, above anything, in choreography. Or, choreographic. Or whatever the fuck you call it. The the fighting. That's so much better in the Netflix than it is in the Marvel one. The story is really, really good in Daredevil Born Again. I'm not going to deny Kevin Feige and his storytelling elements. But god damn it, man, the cinematography. So because I know every episode's the different directors. A lot of directors sucked at this. The last 3 episodes, I don't know who did the last 3 episodes. The people that did the last 3 episodes on this Marvel show, they're really good at cinematography. Amazing. The story is obviously Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige did the whole story. But the directors did the cinematography. And the last 3 directors, whoever did the last 3 episodes, should have done the entire season. Because everyone else sucked ass. Especially the first 2 or 3 episodes. Amateurs were behind the camera, is all I'm gonna say. Hopefully season 2 has better amateurs behind a camera. I don't like that Marvel does that. Just choose one guy who's really good and have him do the 7 episodes. Don't choose different fucking people for each episode. That's how you ruin shit, you idiots. But we're moving on because guess what? Some fucking Mexican, half Filipino, half fucking Asian nerd went to one of these fucking Comic Cons in Bolivia or South America or some ass. And his name is Truth Gashi or some shit. And he inadvertently, unintentionally gave us spoilers because he took pictures of his event, and it took people a while to catch on because this guy's not famous or not an influencer or nothing of the sort. He just so happened to have his grandmother's inheritance, and somehow he has fucking $1,500 to buy a ticket to go to this bullshit for 3 days. Anyways, he took a picture of images of some Disney Comic-Con ass in Bolivia or wherever the South American fucking communist country he was at. Disney proudly supports pussies. He went over there, or he probably lives there, and he took pictures in front of a stand-in of Avengers Doomsday. And everybody on the internet started going crazy. They said, that's Robert Downey Jr., Dr. Doom. No, it's not. That's an Alex Ross painting. One of the fucking top painters, comic book painters of our fucking generation. He is the guy who loves to paint the golden age, golden era superheroes, both Marvel and DC, and he does paintings. And that's a painting, motherfucker. That's Alec Ross. I have several fucking books of all his artwork, both Marvel and DC. I love Alex Ross. I have a lot of comic book front covers that he drew. I love Alex Ross. So obviously, That's not how Robert Downey Jr. is going to fucking look. But this guy was shown a sizzle reel that he claims in the sizzle reel for Avengers Doomsday. They showed what Doctor Doom looks like. And he claims, according to his foreign non-American ass says, is that Doctor Doom will look like a universal horror monster. Like the old school universal monsters. Meaning, this guy who's probably not a nerd and knows anything about comic books is describing Doom being deformed and scarred, just like in the Secret Wars, the 2010 or 2009, whatever Secret Wars that happened recently. So we're going to see Doctor Doom deformed, which kind of kills my trip, because as we talked about last week, I was kind of hoping that he didn't have a deformed, scarred look, and that he just looked like actual Tony Stark, RDJ, but older, more mature, because obviously he is older. Time has passed by since the fucking last movie he was in, so he looks older, but it's him, more aged, more seasoned, because that's what has happened in real life. And he's just Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom. He's another variant and looks like Tony Stark. That's what I wanted, because that would have more of an impact with the Avengers, and most importantly, with Tom Holland Spider-Man, because that's like his father figure. If we're gonna get a deformed Doom, which is in line with the comic books, I'm not gonna lie, it'll take away from that, because when Tom Holland sees him, he's not gonna look like Tony Stark like that. He's not even gonna recognize that he even looks. No one is gonna think he looks like Tony Stark or RDJ. So now it makes me think, is this really what Kevin Feige and Marvel were saying? That Doom was never going to be an actual variant of Tony Stark. He was actually going to be Victor Von Doom. And because his face is deformed and scarred like that, he is not going to look like Robert Downey Jr. He is not going to look like fucking Iron Man Tony Stark. So he will not be a variant. It will just be the same actor playing the character. And that, my friends, is a big swerve that no one is expecting, because everyone thinks that Doom is going to be a fucking variant of Tony Stark. But what if he's not? If he's actually just Victor Von Doom, deformed, acts different, and no one recognizes, or he doesn't even look like Tony Stark, obviously, because he's deformed. It just so happens that Robert Downey Jr. is playing that character. Mic drop.
Smoke weed every day.
Fuck, man. That blows my mind. And that makes me think that's what Kevin Feige's done. It's a big swerve. Everybody thinks it's a variant, that Tom Holland's gonna have an emotional shit for him because he looks like Mr. Stark. That everyone's gonna say he looks like Tony. He's not. He's gonna look like a monster because he's not Tony, he's Doom. It just so happens that Robert Downey Jr. is playing a completely different character. That's why after this is over, and Kevin Feige said it, there will not be another Doctor Doom. That's it. However Doom's fate ends, Doom ends. Because Robert Downey Jr. is not going to want to play him again. So that's it. Robert Downey Jr. is going to play Iron Man variants that are probably going to come in to help. That the TVA is going to get. He's going to play other. We're going to see RDJ as Iron Man, other variants. But Dr. Doom will not be Tony Stark. He will not be a variant. He will be Dr. Doom. He will just be played by RDJ, and he will not look at all like Tony Stark. And no one will resemble or will recognize him or will say you look like Tony. No one will say that because he's not going to be that. Fuck, man. It's a big revelation. A lot of nerds are not talking about that because this guy is not a leaker. This fucking nerd is not a leaker. He's just a fan that he paid his $1,500 to Disney and Marvel and Bob Iger to go to this bullshit. And he got to see this. So no one believes him. But I got a feeling that man right there, who's never had sex in his life, is telling the truth. That's all I'm saying. And if you don't believe me, he went and said some more stuff. But at the same time, let me give you some caution. Again, he showed this picture that he took of Dr. Doom. And I didn't show the whole picture because I have to crop stuff and whatever the fuck. But right below Doom, it says Avengers Doomsday. It does. The logo for the movie is right underneath his hand. It says Avengers Doomsday. It does. We know that's not how Dr. Doom is going to look. We know that's an Alex Ross painting. So Marvel obviously just put Alex Ross painting and put the logo on it because they needed to show fucking nerds like this guy something for the $1,500 ticket they paid for. So it makes me wonder whether this picture that this fucking nerd posted is real or not. Is this Tom Holland's official Spider-Man 4 new suit? Or is this just another, let me just take an artist painting or picture that they drew and put it there in the meantime while we figure out what we're doing with ourselves? We don't know because this guy's not a leaker or a spoiler. He's just a guy who went to this event and took pictures. Eventually, everyone found out what this guy had posted. And so everyone's on this. We're just speculating, but that could be Tom Holland's new Spider-Man 4 suit, according to Marvel. I doubt it because of what we're seeing with Dr. Doom. It looks like it's just a placeholder. So that might just be a placeholder. He claims he saw a sizzle reel of all the Disney stuff. And this is what he says the sizzle reel showed. It opened with a live Polynesian Moana performance. And then The Rock introducing us to the show. Here are some guys and they danced and yelled and fire and all this shit. You know how they do it. I'm not gonna be racist about it. You've seen it. All right, don't try to bait me into your racism, you pussies. It says Disney then showed Disney and their Formula One because Disney's gonna have Formula One in Orlando, Florida, or some ass like bullshit like that. I don't know. He says then that Disney also showed their new attraction in Dubai because they're going to open a new Disney in Dubai. And that's probably only going to be 1/3 build before the project is abandoned, just like every other project in Dubai since the history of money being invested to that piece of shit desert town. And then he said they showed the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. They showed Snow Troopers, AT-ATs, Jabba the Hutt, and his son Zeb, who is a gladiator, by the way, if you didn't know. That sounds exciting. Dave Filoni is set to take over from Kathleen Kennedy, who is publicly going to be fired in August from Disney and Lucas Arts. Her money will still be utilized and used, but she will be fired and humiliated in front of the public. Just like, what was her name? Game of Thrones. The queen, the evil queen, they made her get naked and walk across and shit. Whatever her name was, I forgot already. I'll never forget her titties, though. Oh, yeah. Chey! Anyways, Toy Story 5, she says, looks like a lot of fun. I don't know what that means. Avengers Doomsday looks good. The little scissor reel they showed us, of course, he told us about Dr. Doom, looks scarred, and he looks scary, like a Universal monster from the old school. Like I told you, he's going to be scarred and fucked up. And then he gave the biggest spoiler of all. Spider-Man 4, Brand New Day. He said Scorpion, Boomerang, and Tombstone. Enough said.
Live.
Yo! Spider-Man 4. Even though we said it was going to be Mr. Negative, and it still could be Mr. Negative. Timmons, you're right, Cersei. Oh, yeah! I don't know how I could have forgotten. I fucking watched that episode like 40 times that night. That was the most beautiful, the best episode of the whole series. I ain't gonna lie. Cersei Lannister. Cersei Lannister was better than Sansa Stark, is all I'm gonna say. Oh, yeah. Anyways. Spider-Man 4 may still have Mr. Negative, but for whatever reason, we'll have the Scorpion, which we have been waiting for since the post-credit scene of the first fucking movie, almost 6-7 years ago. Fuck. The Scorpion will return, finally. Boomerang, which will be a throwaway villain. I'm telling you, he'll be just something he'll beat right away and then you'll never see him again. It'll be cannon fodder in the movie. Tombstone sounds like he could be the main bad, along with Mr. Negative, which the rumors in the past have told us about as Mr. Negative. Now this movie's starting to take shape. And the reason why I say this is because the current news is that Marvel Studios has delayed Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Both of them were going to come out respectively in their years in May 2026 for Doomsday and May 27 for Secret Wars. They pushed them back. Both fucking movies until December. Why? They say because they need to make sure they get them right for everyone. If you ask me, it's because everyone has been saying for like months they don't even have scripts and they haven't locked down all the actors they want for the parts. So this movie is another Captain America a brave new world that is literally being filmed and made up as they go along without any scripts and just ideas and going through it. And this is very, very troubling news, if you ask me. But because they've just pushed these movies, it brings me back to the Spider-Man ass we were just talking about. They just pushed these movies back. This now makes the Spider-Man movie coming out before Avengers Doomsday. It used to be that Doomsday came out in May, and then in July, Spider-Man came out. Not anymore. Now, Spider-Man will come out in July, and then Doomsday will come out in December. So now, Spider-Man does not have to be a multiversal movie, and can be a ground level movie that features villains like the Scorpion, Boomerang, Tombstone, and Mr. Negative. And the spoiler we said last week was that Sadie Sink was going to be Mayday Parker, the multiversal element that, quite frankly, will probably play in at the end of the movie. I got a feeling that at the end of his movie, Mayday Parker, the daughter of Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst from their universe, will come to his universe and say, "My dad needs your help. Come with me." And that's why she's fucking in the movie. Not because she's gonna be any character. She's gonna be that Spider-Girl variant in post-credit scene. That's why she's in. That's my guess. That's why she's in the fucking movie. That'll tie in this movie into Doomsday. This is pretty fucking interesting and crazy developments that have turned up, if you ask me. Avengers Doomsday, moving into more spoilers. They have said that the current lame as fuck Avengers team that will come out being led by the Black Captain America, Anthony Mackie, will be none other than his sidekick, the white Mexican, new Falcon. What's his name? I forget. Something Torres, whatever the fuck. And then Shang-Chi and Wong will bring in the Asian division. The lesbians, She-Hulk, and Captain Marvel will be in it. And then Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo, the communist, will round up the powerhouse. And this is your this is the current Avengers team, because the new Avengers is the Thunderbolts, because they're not the Thunderbolts anymore. They're called the New Avengers. Those are the two teams that are going to be in this movie. The Avengers, this is the current Avengers. And then the new Avengers, that's going to be the Thunderbolts. And then the little kids, which we already talked about in the last fucking video. The little kids are going to be fucking, Kamala Khan, Cassie Lang, the Ant-Man little girl, the fucking Hawkeye little girl, the little gay kid, Wanda's son, the other little... It's going to be a bunch of kids, America Chavez. So there are going to be 3 Avengers teams. They're going to fight Doctor Doom. And fight the X-Men or some ass. Yeah, this is all good stuff, right? It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be great. Anyways, moving on to more spoilers, because we do have one movie that's coming out before Spider-Man and before Doomsday that no one knows what it's going to be. And then after that, we have at least 2 movies that are going to come after and before Secret Wars, which have not been announced. But the current rumor that the nerds are saying is that Marvel Disney will, for the first time in over 3 years, come back to Comic-Con this year and will announce Phase 6. And according to the nerds, Phase 6 will show the fucking 3 movies I just talked about. And supposedly the 3 movies are going to be none other than Thor number 5, not with Taika Waititi or any jokes. This will be serious and not ass. World War Hulk, because Marvel finally got the rights back from Universal to the Hulk movie. And Doctor Strange Part 3, Time Runs Out, which will be the prelude to Secret Wars. But if you ask me, I think the movie that's going to come out before Spider-Man, leading in to Doomsday, will be Time Runs Out Doctor Strange. Because if you read the comic books, that's the only thing that makes sense. Time Runs Out Doctor Strange, and then you can have Thor 5 and World War Hulk in the middle and shit. Oh, I mean, these sound like good ideas, but at the same time, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't give a fuck about Hulk anymore after the last 2 pieces of trash they have fed us. I've never liked communist fucking, you better start driving electric cars, Mark Ruffalo, you dick. You talk about you want people driving electric cars, but then you and your kind are burning and blowing up electric cars. You don't make any sense, you idiots. And Doctor Strange Part 3 should have come out last year. Why the fuck am I still waiting for a movie that hasn't come out yet? It just makes me not give a fuck anymore. Bring me the X-Men. Let me fight the Avengers versus X-Men. I don't give a fuck about any of these assholes. Give me something new I've never seen. I don't want to see any more lesbian Captain Marvels or She-Hulks. I don't want to see any of these assholes that are not funny or any good anymore. Let me see the X-Men fighting the Avengers and shit. Let me see something new. God damn it. I am done ransacking and bullshitting for the whole evening, you motherfuckers. But you forget what I do for you every week. But I'm gonna leave you with a little bit of life advice that, quite frankly, I'm not even prepared for. But I'm gonna tell you like this. Alright? If your neighbor ever fumigates his apartment or house, you see that he calls pest control. You see motherfuckers come over and start spraying your neighbor's car or his house or his apartment and shit. If you see pest control next to your neighbor, then you yourself better call pest control right away. Or if you can't afford pest control, you idiot, like me, you take your ass to Walmart or wherever the fucking Walmart equivalent is in your fucking town, and you buy yourself a couple cans of Raid. And for that afternoon, you spray every edge, every corner, every nick and cranny, every closet, every fucking ceiling. Spray it. Use all the cans, spray the shit out of it, and then leave for the whole day. Don't come back. Leave the whole day because you'll die, motherfucker. You'll be an idiot. You leave for the whole fucking day. And when you come back, all those roaches that would have left your neighbor's house will right away run back to his house. Ah, that's what he gets for being a dumbass motherfucker. Take your trash out every night. Don't be disgusting. A piece of shit. There's the only reason there's bugs in your house is because you don't take out your trash every goddamn night, you dumbass. Anyways, that's it. I'm down giving you fucking shit to live by every week. I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.
Live.
What the fuck, man? Fucking running like lady, eh?